So we are live, just so everyone knows. We're here. We
Hello.
did it. All right. So we are currently waiting for Maggie, but we will get started.
Yeah, we were looting this place, as I recall, and Marvis, who has just joined us, hello, Roman. Marvis got a secret message that is,
Hello.
by regulation, not secret, which told him to just simply to smash this thing and to take
Right.
souls inside of it. This
Uh,
engine powered by the torment of souls.
I would tell the party not everything Lud told me, just that the soul engine is evil and that it shouldn't be used for much longer, and that the souls in sorry, I'm straight. The
That's
souls in the
okay.
engine could contaminate this plane, but not the part about absorbing the souls as fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your little friend would also tell you that you should extra good smash all the controls also, just to be sure.
Did he say anything about what to do with it?
I think we
Yes,
did.
smash it.
I think we did sort of discuss last time that Yllaxis does not necessarily feel incredibly comfortable, um, dealing with this type of energy source. But are we sure that there's any other type of energy source that we could use?
Yeah. Up in the Valley of Gan.
Yeah.
Are we
Yes.
sure that's not a soul source?
No, but we were told it was a power source there.
There is also another one that's in a sunken city somewhere off the coast of Carthen? Codwake.
Codwake, yeah.
I know the Valley of Gan ones are artifacts of some sort.
Oh, okay. Then that may be the way to go, just because I know that we continue to find these canisters, these containers, and I know that Yllaxis is quite uncomfortable with it, but it also seems as if these things do not belong in this plane. If we're if we continue to be told this. I'm sorry, go ahead, Yllaxis.
What would be the best way? You said, Marvis, smashing them wouldn't liberate them, but it would stop them from being hurt and contaminating this world. Is that what you said?
All I said was smashing it would stop it. I would. You wouldn't know that it would be absorbed into my hammer because I wouldn't tell you.
Yes, I would not know that. You're right. You are correct. Yes.
But I would just go like, yeah, they won't contaminate this place.
It will or will not. I'm sorry.
Will not.
Okay.
Are we sure the hammer's not the villain?
I mean,
You shut your dirty face.
Wow. We've dropped it off. It's just, I don't know. Where do the souls go? Do you have any understanding of that?
Sorry, eating.
Hashtag social eating.
No.
Yllaxis, your training would say that if you were to just release them, they would, in theory, go to their final destination plane. Hi, Maggie.
Hello.
So let's just release them then, right?
Okay.
I would be all right with this.
Stand back just in case this goes really big boom.
Yep. Far away we go.
Are we aware that?
Right. And
wait.
Fontiev mentioned the
oh well.
Violet thingies that are upstairs right now.
I'm gonna
where is Fontiev supposed to be right now? Is he outside?
No, he opened the door to see what was outside and immediately closed and came back down.
Yeah, he is with us here. I'm
still loading in, but I just want to state for the record that I am not standing anywhere near the smashing because canonically that has not worked out well for me.
I want to stop.
Fontiev is gonna move to a more stable and safe location.
On the canister.
I'm gonna
I
start.
don't know how it happened, Maggie, but you are sitting on the canister.
Am I? I see.
You
I
are.
see how it
Ready's-
is.
She raises her foot to kick it.
Oh no.
What a
Don't
throwback.
let that out.
What
No.
a throwback. It's only been 3 years.
You had
It's
five. You had
literally
five
can
drinks,
never. It'll never
and
start
now you're
or never
just
end.
like,
Never.
You know
smash
that.
it
You know it'll
together,
never
yeah,
end.
die.
I've made my peace with it. It's fine.
So I'm actually going to. I'm not gonna leave just yet. I'm gonna kind of like wave down Yllaxis and Maggie and point at the canister. If I still have the pen and paper, I'll write down. Are we sure we want to smash it? Question mark.
I'll,
Well, I just want to break the glass to free them. Is there a better way to do it?
I'm unsure. Can we check? Question mark.
here, I'll
I
do
would love
Dromik one better. I'll just keep using message, so that way it doesn't have to write with
Either way is fine.
big earth hands, and Kiff can
A very small pencil and
Kiff
very
can-
big
yeah.
hands.
Kiff can translate if you will.
My question still stands. Is there a better way to do this?
There was no evidence on that, but I would like
We take the engine, we push it into a gorge, and then let it explode there.
No, I'm saying that Maggie hasn't even looked at it.
No one has got close to it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I
wonder
got
if-
semi-close, but I didn't even look
wonder
at
if
it.
there's a big red release button.
Yeah, maybe there's spout.
Dromik just kind of shrugs like, maybe.
And we banish it.
Maggie,
It wouldn't be the
Why would we
stupidest thing.
manage it?
I'm just saying, if you cast the spell banish, could we banish the entire canister?
I don't want to
That
banish
wouldn't help the
souls.
spell-
It comes back
souls.
to them.
Banishment targets a creature.
Yes, it seems
Yeah.
like there would be lots of creatures in there.
Okay. Anyway, so you want me to Arcana check it?
I'm
Sounds
gonna
Walk up with you.
nod and yeah, if you need people to stay close, we're happy to do so. I think it's more just see if there's any other way to do this without breaking it to bits.
Yeah, sure.
And I believe I have one last bardic inspiration, so which Kiff will turn to Maggie and say,
I'm excited.
Maggie's so smart. Maggie's so pretty. Maggie has biggest brain in the biggest whole city.
Wow.
That's so cute. I love
So delightful. Very delightful. Well.
Oh yeah, take that D6.
And another quick question, just because
Ooh.
Fontiev is also kind of curious about this. Fontiev wants to just kind of like look underneath the control console to see if there's anything hidden underneath there, like maybe a message or an owner's manual or anything really. Because if I was gonna hide something secretly, it'd probably be under the control console.
Okay, that's a good idea. You do find a note, and the note is a list of people. It says it is. Fontiev knows Elvish, right?
Yes.
It says list of people in Silvery Moon to torture and kill. And there's a long list of people you don't recognize.
Huh.
And at the bottom, somebody wrote, doesn't matter anymore. They will never understand.
Interesting. I'm just gonna go. Yllaxis. I'm not even sure how to describe this madness. We want to take a look at this. So, I'm just gonna toss the note over.
Certainly.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss the note over to Yllaxis to see if she can make heads or tails, or if she recognizes any of the names.
I mean, do I recognize any of the names, or is there something very particularly devilish about this?
It was
One of the names on the list, you don't recognize the first name, but the last name is your last name.
there's a shocker.
It looks like quite an old scrap of scroll paper.
Interesting. Also, I rolled a 35.
Okay, just casually way over 20. That's good.
I mean,
I'd love it.
I got a natural 18, and I was like, should I use the Bardic
Dang.
Inspiration now or not? And I was like, I guess I'll use it, and that was
That's
Are you willing
beautiful.
Are you willing to get close to this thing and or test
Yep.
it?
Yeah, I'm. Yes.
Wow, Maggie's
Don't
starting to
worry,
get
we have
happy.
healers here.
Yeah. Fontiev,
It's
cheers
not
from
the first
Tiffy.
time I've approached something that I needed to investigate.
Yeah, you've been hit by some dangerous stuff. You got this.
It's almost like adventure is their middle name. Anyway,
Yeah.
you get close to the machine. At first, you hear like a high-pitched whining sound. You get closer, you realize it's the sound of hundreds of souls screaming in pain and terror, and you can see that they're being funneled through chambers which cause torment. There's many magical wards placed to keep the souls sealed, but they're all constantly trying to escape. Constantly, the people in there are of various races, all in great pain. And these souls should go to the afterlife, but they have been trapped in this machine to be cycled around and to thereby push the magical turbines. Let's not get too detailed here. But that's
Yeah,
what's
it's fine.
happening.
It
Also,
works.
there
It's
also-
magic.
There does seem to be a slot to insert soul gems and to transfer the soul from the gem to the machine. But there is no slot to release. In fact, the machine has been worked on to patch many holes and cracks with it, clearly over many years. And I'll write this information down.
Thanks. So based on my extremely high roll, would I gain any additional insight to the specific wards that are there? Things that potentially we'd have to undo if we wanted to return the souls to where they should be.
Yeah, sure. You would gain insight into that.
So are there specific wards that could be removed to help them go back to just be free, I guess?
It would take you about 2 hours of dispelling to do it piece by piece, or you could have someone try to smash it. That could always be an option.
Is the material sort of glass or something that seems glass, the clear part anyway, where we see all the souls?
It wasn't designed to resist being smashed. It's like something that wasn't what the designers expected. It was more heavily designed to keep the souls inside it from going to the afterlife. That's the primary reason for all the wards.
The wards keep them from going to the afterlife.
Right, that's precisely what they're designed to do.
Okay.
Although it would be easy for
so-
someone outside of it to release them, the wards are primarily designed to keep those inside stuck there.
Kiff have idea.
I also have an idea.
We have,
Fontiev has ideas, but none related to the situation.
we have LizardFolk friends outside waiting for us. They all have Salmiris. We bring one in, magic go poof, souls go free.
Dromik's gonna wave at Kiff.
Yes, friend. And then I'll message.
Yeah. What if what if the wards explode? Remember the Salamaries, we need to keep them safe. Not just use them. They are considered quite dear friends to the LizardFolk people.
Kiff says in message. Oh yes, Kiff no. We like all like small lizard. And he will turn to Maggie and ask, Maggie, if ward go bye-bye from anti-magic, do they go boom or do they just go poof?
That's an excellent question, young Kiff. Do I have to roll to know? I feel like if they're dispelled, they shouldn't happen if it's anti-magic, but that's just Elena, not necessarily Maggie with her Big brain, though.
Big brain.
Would I know the answer to that is my question.
Can you restate the question? I was just writing notes.
Yeah. So the question is, if there are magical wards that normally would go boom, if a Salamiri or like an anti-magic field was over the wards, would they still potentially go boom, or are they just like completely negated?
So the souls would come out. The anti-magic field most specifically affects spells, and these are active spells on this thing. So but it would not destroy the souls. It would help them come out. Though the souls inside there do appear to be in great pain and terror, and it's potentially insanity from being tortured for so long. So there is a little bit of risk there, but it doesn't seem like it's designed to go boom specifically. It might be. It's hard to describe. It might be more of like a big scream than a big boom.
Yeah.
If that
I
makes
think
sense.
what we're trying to find out specifically is we don't want to damage we don't want to hurt the Salamiri or the LizardFolk who kindly accompanied us here. So if they were to get close with their anti-magic field, if they were at risk from the magic wards, but it sounds like at least from the magic wards they would not be a risk, so we don't know.
Considering that these are very innocent little things with 1 hit point and like 0 speed, or like 1 speed, they would if there was any risk at all, they would die. So if you care about such little things, then you should keep them away.
Right, that's why
That said, you haven't
Basically,
there would still be a risk from the magic wards.
Yeah, that said, you haven't done this before. This is just your biggest brain estimation.
I think he's saying that the wards are not the thing to worry about. It would be the escaping souls.
I get it.
But yeah, I don't know.
Can I blow it up now?
A custom-built device.
No.
It's nothing standard.
Stand
Why not?
back.
Everyone
stand back.
It might be best to just shoot something at it from afar, because there is going to be a rupture. Yeah, I'm going to follow
dispel
directions.
it first.
No.
Try to dispel it first.
No, I'm saying like just we should probably clear the room. I totally agree with you.
I said stand back.
Yep.
Before we do that, and Fontiev is going to be very clear here and try to remind everyone, you saw things outside. What the hell were they?
How are we supposed to know?
Haven't we gone to see, haven't we fought Bullets before? You should know what those are.
Oh, okay. Well, there are bullets outside, so we kind of want to... I don't know if we need to exit out here quickly, or if we're going to run straight into them if we're having to exit quickly, so we might want to try to plan that out first.
Kiff will turn to Fontiev and say, Kiff, take one thing at one time.
I'm just saying.
I agree with this.
3 of them.
Oh, am I banging the shit out of this thing, or?
Let me have
She's
a crack at
dispelling
it
him
first.
first.
Yeah, everyone step back. Just I need to
I
be
can dispel it.
Does your hammer can it
Dispel,
dispel
yes.
all of the wards at once?
I don't know.
You're doing that special dispel. I understand. I've already backed up. I'm making sure Bonnie is with me, so that she is in a safe space,
If you'd
not
like
being
to try
exploded.
first, be my guest.
I'll
And if
try
it doesn't
first.
work, okay. So I am standing just in the other room, like 200 feet away.
Kiff is going to poke Earthmich and then cup his ears with his hands, asking
So your word is
Earthmich to hold Kiff's ears for him with his big earthy hands.
I take Oh, can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I didn't unmute on Discord.
Fire in
I
the
take
hole.
I take 2 fingers and put them over where Kiff's little hands are, because I don't want to hurt Kiff. And I'm gonna look over at Bonnie and give her a little nod and gesture to her ears.
Kiff
Sorry.
will send a message to Earthmich and say, Kiff here, ocean.
Bonnie looks a little scared. She's gonna back up as far as the furthest backed up person, who's probably Fontiev.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
What do I roll, Great DM?
I don't think you really need to roll anything. You just need to hit it as hard as you can.
Okay.
No, he's trying to dispel it
Yeah.
with his hammer. Because his hammer has the dispel magic feature.
Well, then the spirit in your weapon would tell you just hit it as hard as you can.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
Just for the record, is Yllaxis standing close by?
I'm standing. My idea is back enough so I don't
This is
get
a door.
harmed, but I can see through the threshold of the door.
Right.
So I guess that's like
Yeah, I think that we're
25,
all
30.
are we all currently in our spots, kind of where we've planned to be? Because I see Fontiev and Bonnie like way back there, and then myself and Kiff are semi-close,
Yeah, I'll
and
move back 5
so on and
feet,
so
and
forth.
that's
Yeah.
it.
So Yllaxis still has line of sight on this, right?
I do.
Okay.
Everybody good? I yell out.
Yeah.
Fontiev is still quite terrified.
As good
Kiff
as we'll
yells
ever
back.
be.
Huh? What?
Rock noises.
Okay.
Just grinding.
I'll
You just hear
smack it as
pebble
hard as I
sounds.
can.
Okay. So he smashes as hard as he can. There's a huge burst and there's this horrible screaming noise. A bunch of tiny, terrified, sort of greenish and vapor-like faces rush at it, almost to harm Marvis. But then there is a ghostly form of a very angry Null who just roars and starts chomping into every single one of them, and just chomps them until there's none left. And then the light slowly fades away. And Marvis has a sort of glowing blue aura for a bit.
Do
Oh.
we need to
Okay, it's gone.
irradiate him?
You wouldn't have seen this.
Yeah. And he said for a little while.
Yeah, I was the
Right,
only
it's
one who
totally
liked
fine
it.
that the players know the information and stuff.
Yeah.
Fontiev would like to invent the Geiger counter.
It's
Um,
done.
Okay.
What? Wait
Okay,
a moment.
so just for the record, Lud says yes, yes. He says he cackles and he says, "Yes, you and I now we shall destroy." And you feel much more powerful than you were before.
Okay.
Wait a moment.
Hmm.
What just happened?
I broke the thing.
You did, but he still has some glow to him, right, Charles?
It's fading away as you're speaking to him.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I knock on my chest a little bit. I'm good.
Marvis is now no longer glowing.
You alright?
But the Nolish spirit, one that devoured the other souls, what of it?
What? No spirit. I don't. You alright, Yllaxis?
Listen, I'm
Tell me.
one that is known to keep her wit under the toughest of situations. That is part of what my oath of devotion allows me. There's something going on here that I don't like and I don't appreciate.
And that is?
Well, I don't know yet.
Well, I did what I needed to do. This thing is destroyed. And I think we have other pressing matters to address at the moment. Don't you?
Possibly. I'm wondering, now that I saw that list, and it seems like it was a member of my family on it, and I was wondering if that was the souls there.
Well, guess we'll never know now. Unless you have some way of summoning an ancestor soul here to speak
I mean,
to
I
you
have a
for
spell called Spirit Shroud that literally summons the souls of people to hold down my enemies as I attack them, so yes.
That answer is yes.
Well, then, when you do that, be sure to ask him.
Alright. Unconvinced, but nowhere to go. I walk over to Altier and kind of just at his head, but give like a back glance at Marvis.
Kiff says, Kiff no see lights. Where lights go? Thought bring back stars.
I don't think that this had anything to do with that, Kiff.
That's what Dromik
Unfortunately
think.
not.
Dromik see big orb like this in sky. Suck stars come back.
Hmm.
Downtrodden, Kiff will turn around and walk away.
Wait, where do we go now here, guys? Fontiev is saying there's enemies at the door.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm gonna start moving my way towards the door. I have tremor sense. I would like to tremor sense without the door being open.
Yep.
Yeah, sense. Oh god.
Just gonna say before we leave the room, I think there had been some mention of like spell scrolls or books with spells in here. Did someone? I think Fontiev, you were looking through the bookshelves. Did
Oh,
you
yeah. There was some stuff that we needed to
you-
identify.
pick those up?
Yeah, I
And
think.
it just looks like spell books and journal describing 9 hells and other stuff. I just want to know if you told us about that, if you're taking them, or if not.
Yeah, I told you that I was taking them, and I said they were spell books, and you said put them in the bag.
Okay.
And we also have that unidentified dagger still in the bag, if I recall
Yep.
correctly.
I have not forgotten, but the identified dagger is here, and I don't see the spell books, so I have to add them.
Still,
I thought either you or Charles had typed that out last time.
No,
on
they
whatever
were
channel
not.
it was.
The
I-
spell books were
put-
not
yeah.
in the you put all the scrolls
Exactly.
and things
I
that
put
were
the
in.
scrolls in there. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
you
put
gotta-
all the spell books and stuff in there.
Okay, well could you write it in, Rob? That would be really helpful.
Fine, I'll just do it now.
Spell books and shell.
I got
okay, yeah, it's right here in the roleplay chat.
it. It is, but
bookshelves.
it's
Right, I mean in the
I'm gonna
wiki.
put it in the bag of
Oh.
holding.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm doing it now. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you,
I just
Elena.
wanted
I
to make
appreciate
sure
it.
because I didn't see it there, and I didn't want to add it if no one had.
Yeah, right.
in
Had
character
already
picked
had
it
to
up.
put it in their bags.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elena. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
so Marvis, speaking with Spirit of Light, he gives him these new powers: increased critical strike chance. He can choose once per battle to make a guaranteed hit for 50 damage. And he says, "I may now be summoned to material reality should the situation warrant. We shall discuss this further tonight."
And
Cool,
you
cool,
beat up
cool,
a Tarask.
cool.
And he specifically says, "You and I, Maribraz, we shall destroy. Together we shall destroy." And he says, "Ha ha 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 ha," like that.
Okay, get concerned.
Seems fun.
Eh.
You guys do not know.
Yeah,
any-
we don't hear. I haven't heard any of this yet.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That's all.
Ron the player is very concerned by this. Fontiev doesn't know shit.
Do I sense with tremors anything outside?
Do you sense what? Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
I have 60 feet of tremor sense. I am at the door.
You sense some burrowing from outside of the sphere.
Okay, like, do I have exactly where that is if they're currently burrowing or are they not currently moving?
You sense basically you're pretty sure it is Bulat's base, and Dromik would have seen them during his time in the desert, so
okay.
he knows that they are burrowing creatures.
For some reason, I thought we have encountered them before. Oh, they're that far, then I probably wouldn't see
There were a
them.
bunch in Tomb Valley.
Ah, maybe it was then. Yeah, I only have 60 feet, so that's like here.
I thought we saw one in Carthen.
I'll just be generous.
I thought we did too. I think we've seen at least one, but regardless. Good to
I
know.
don't remember Carthen anymore.
Yeah, it's been so
I
long.
just
yeah,
remember the
what's
2
What's a
blocks.
Carthen?
I'm gonna hang here, and I'm just kind of beaconing, making sure that those things don't come any closer.
Did you open?
You just
sorry.
hear.
No,
you
the
just
door's
hear
not
Blockman
open.
Going,
Okay.
just going ding, radar. Ding,
Yeah. Every once in a
sonar.
while, I'm like, I'm doing the tippy taps on the ground, gentle taps on the ground. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I can feel when other things move. Is the idea of tremor sense. because it's their tremors, and I'm like, it's kind of like echolocation, but I don't have to start the tremors.
Okay, great.
Maggie.
So, Earth makes turn.
In that time, I would like to ask Maggie if she would like to sit on Altier with me, and we can be a little bit off the ground, so that something, if it comes up and attacks, because I assume it's soil underneath us, right?
Yep.
Outside?
Pretty much soil and loose rocks in this cave here.
No, underneath of us currently is green metal.
Oh,
This is all a strange green metal which you are not familiar with.
gotcha. Okay. If we're to walk outside, though, I will offer to Maggie if she wants to ride on Altier with me. So, at least for the beginning, you know, they can't surprise it, or it'd be more difficult to surprise attack her from the ground.
Well, that would be much appreciated.
Are people starting to make their way over here?
I think so. Basically, we've
Yes.
completely searched this control panel room and the other one. Did we look through the boxes or just the chest?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah. Just want to know if there's anything.
I think
I
we
searched
also...
boxes. Remember, I gave you like 4,000 gold.
Yes.
Okay, I
yes,
wasn't sure
I
if that
remember
was in
that.
the boxes or the chest, but that makes sense that it would be the sum of the boxes. And yes, I do remember
With
our
666
4,000
gold.
divided by 6 people was 666.
Yes.
Marvis, you can have an extra one if you don't want to have 666.
I don't mind. Just
I think we also wanted to
You're like,
ask
it's not real life.
Bonnie about what was going on with her friend and if it was imminent or what that would
Yeah. Is it Jeremy, the follower of
I don't know, I'm just a rock.
Spear the dragon? Yeah.
Bonnie says, yes, my friend Jeremy, he's very dear to me. He is a student. He's a student of wizardry. He works with the Mage Guild under Spear the Dragon. He came with me, you know, he said to keep me safe as I was going to pick some mushrooms here in this patch. However, we were set upon by bullets and the most enormous kobolds I've ever seen, she says. They overpowered him and carried him off. I ran to this structure hoping for shelter, but it was she says, I don't want to think about this place anymore.
I don't mean to be indelicate, but what type of kobolds were they?
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a real heavy look when she says big kobolds, cause like, does she mean lizard folk?
She says, I know what a kobold is. She says, you know.
Well, I haven't asked her this. I'm just a rock.
Yeah. And I said what matter.
You
what
asked,
sort
yeah.
of kobold.
Yeah, Dromik's just looking at her like she's insane. Go ahead.
She says they were built like an ordinary kobold, only they were much, for lack of a better word, beefier, she says. And they had these shiny steel scales, and they had these strange weapons made of steel tubes. Yes.
Interesting. Thank you for answering the question. They were steel.
Yes.
Interesting.
Some of them were riding the bullets, she says.
Mary's just gonna mutter under her breath. Steel dragon. Always another dragon.
Somehow I'm just not surprised by the whole dragon.
It's almost like you're playing a game of dragons.
Of dragons.
Yeah, Dromik's eyes are just gonna kind of narrow.
Yes.
Some might say.
And like, I'm taking
some
in
might say it
information.
might even be a dance of dragons.
I'm just
Now,
gonna
all we need
kind
is
of.
Sean Penn.
I'm just gonna turn myself around and
Didn't make it that far.
I'm waiting at the door. I'm just kind of looking over at people like, can I open the door? My hand's on the door. I'm just kind of like looking awkwardly at everyone.
I think we're ready to move on.
Okay. Seems like we investigated everything, so.
All right,
My job is done in that case.
I'm gonna place my hand on the door. I don't know if people want to move themselves, because like I'm not moving y'all. Who wants to care for Bonnie? Is that my job or is that someone else? I'm happy to carry her. I'm happy to do so.
Bonnie says, no, please, I don't want anyone to touch me, she says. I'm sorry, I'm a bit sensitive.
Okay.
He says, I'll stay close. I'll go wherever you want, but
Yep.
please don't carry me. She says.
I'm not gonna grab her if she doesn't want me to. I had been carrying her before and I gently put her down and I just didn't want to bother her, but I just want to make sure that someone else is moving her piece. I'm gonna put my hand on the door and I guess I'm gonna start opening it.
Sarah, your microphone is kind of popping a lot.
Really?
Yeah, for the record, it's not happening
Yeah.
on stream. I checked that already. You're
That's
fine on
really
stream.
bizarre. It might be Discord is being weird. Super weird.
I think it's just Discord because your stream's not doing it.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we go.
You might need to just drop out of Discord and come back in, or reboot
I,
Discord.
I will in a minute. Let's at least start this. So, I am gonna get myself, I guess, let's just open the door. Do I, like, sense any movement, I'm assuming? Or do I just physically see them?
Assuming you have eyes, you would probably see.
I also have eyes, yes.
Yes. By the way, all these loose mushrooms start to slowly float towards you. Did you shut the door behind you?
I thought if they were loose, they didn't float towards us, but...
Well, no.
Wait.
Okay, even the ones that are disconnected didn't have a little thing to float on that we intentionally
Yeah,
cut off?
Yeah, we did look at
Yeah,
past
like-
These disconnected ones very, very, very slowly do, yeah. But not by much. For sure.
Okay. I'm gonna just turn back. Do they see? Actually, no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm under the ground now.
One of the kobolds started to say, "We," and then he just went under the ground and he says, "Hmm."
Yeah.
And they kind of talk amongst themselves.
I'm still underground. I didn't mean to flip that up, but I am a little concerned. You probably would have heard me go under the ground, but that's probably all.
It would probably cause a little spray of
Yeah, you probably would have heard like a whoosh, but that's about it. I
You
didn't.
just left rubble in your wake.
Yeah, I technically don't move the ground when I submerge, but like, it happened.
Okay, what else is happening?
We saved the world. That's what happened.
Okay.
Well,
He
if
keeps screaming.
these plants are going to be a problem, we have to come up with a solution. I believe fire worked last time. Right? Am I making
No.
that up?
The only problem is if we do set everything on fire, then we have to wait for the smoke to clear, or the poisonous gas to clear.
I gotta take a cause.
That's fair, but we set the fire. I assume maybe we
I
should
don't want to
check
give
this
the wrong
door, but
impression.
maybe
These
it's...
things, when I said they were moving so slowly that it's very, very easy to stay away from them. So I don't want to give.
Testing.
Just clarify.
My bad for testing my mic.
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
say.
So it's not
Trying to make sure my mic's okay.
We wanted to step outside.
So
we just
the-
can't stay here for
the-
an
You
extended
can't run them
period
to
of time.
lines.
Well, it's the ones that have been cut and untethered move so slowly it doesn't really matter, but the ones that are tethered
All right,
do
cut.
move close enough that if we were to go between them, we could run a risk, right? That's what happened last time.
Could be, yeah. But either way, they're very slow.
Listen, if we didn't have LizardFolk hiding down the corridor or something, I'd say blow it all up and hope the kobolds get poisoned. But we do have LizardFolk down there, so probably not the best idea.
Kiff will wonder about Dromik, and he'll just kind of like open the door real fast. And take a
I
little
don't think I actually closed the door,
survey. Oh.
just
okay.
so you know.
So Kiff will go. Where is that? Oh, I thought this thing had a toggle for open. Never mind. Kiff will be at the door frame, and he'll kind of whisper like, "Dromik, Dromik."
You hear literally nothing because I'm a rock.
I
I
now
like the idea that his feet are sticking up like that.
No, I'm just dirt. It's all it is dirt.
I'm just dirt. Quotable.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just dirt. No, but legitimately, Earth Glide, I can burrow through non-magical unworked earth and stone. While doing so, I do not disturb any material that is there. So I'm just like, I am just dirt. Not just a little bit, like I'm literally just dirt.
If our characters know how to create ciphers, would they know, like, Morse code?
You
Could they do a
also
Morse
might
code
know, like, that I'm probably around there. I don't know if you need a
Yeah.
specific target for message, but, like, it might be possible to do that.
I actually do. I have to point.
Oh, okay, you have to
It
physically
doesn't have
point.
to be line of sight, I don't think, but I do
Well, if
need
your
to
feet
know
are
in
sticking
general.
out.
And if you have little
I mean,
dirt feet,
if you want to see my dirt feet, I have little tiny dirt feet, fine. You can see a stone that looks maybe slightly foot-esque,
Little tiny toe.
but adjacent, yeah. You get
If-
one little rock wiggle.
Which is parallel.
Kip will point to the toe and go, "Friend, why are you in ground?"
I'm gonna reply back, obviously. It seems to be that there are multiple kobolds and bullets in front of us. I don't know if they're hostile or not, but they can't see me when I'm under here. If you want to come out as a group, it may be worth it to be ready to discuss or fight. I can get myself into a good spot. Also,
Okay.
the little spores that are uncut do seem to move. We don't seem to be in a great spot for fighting.
All right, Kip, here's the plan. You're gonna go out there, you're gonna convince them that you're the king, and we're all gonna be fine. Do it. I believe in
So
you.
basically what we did before.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there that I don't know if it's a good idea to go out one at a time.
While I think that's a great idea, I do think perhaps we should accompany Kiff and step out a little bit and just shout down the hallway and see if diplomacy works best. If not, well, we gave it a try, right?
So at that point, we just explode something and close the door.
You see the little toe dip back into the ground, and then that's all you see of me. I'm just gonna start moving my way towards the kobolds.
We'll tease that out, all right? Maggie, are you comfortable with us, you staying on Altier and us flying out just about 5-10 feet?
Sure.
Kip will head up the pack because he is also kobold.
I'm intentionally staying out of their tremor sense, which is 20 feet, you just said? Right? I'm trying to, like, not get too close, because I have a feeling that they would feel that. My bad, I went too far in. I didn't test.
I mean, you know that they dug their own tunnel to get here, so they're pretty
Right,
good
they
at burrowing.
probably have some type of burrow,
Yes.
but that was it.
Okay, so
For that reason, I'm 10 feet off the ground, just so you know.
Okay. So
10
Yllaxis is
feet-
striding out boldly.
Just so you know, 10 feet is the very top of the ceiling.
Yes.
Well, we're towards the top of the ceiling. Kiff went ahead of me, but I took Altier out, and Maggie is also on the back of Altier.
Okay.
Kip,
And
oh,
Kiff,
go ahead.
I think you wanted to lead, but I could certainly do that in Draconic as well. Your call.
Kip thinks that maybe having the kobold touch might be good in this particular situation, at least for the
I
moment.
agree. I agree.
Kip, in message range, will message the closest kobold and say, "Careful, shiny friend. Spores make large boom and very nasty."
The nearest kobold, whose name is Nax, says, he says, "We can make it booms as big as we want. Anytime we want." You gonna talk to us or not?
Kiff will turn back to the party and say, "They want talk."
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I don't speak Draconic,
In
but
Draconic, I would say.
Also, out of
Yeah,
curiosity, what
Draconic,
happened
I
to
will-
our good question. Out of curiosity, what happened to our LizardFolk friends that were sitting in
They're
that
hanging out. They're right
hallway?
over here. They're
Just
literally
check
right
them
there.
out.
They're not gonna ask us like what the hell happened.
I think you told them to hide until they were called upon.
We did.
Okay. They're hiding.
I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead, Yllaxis, and then I'll ask.
Go ahead.
This
In
is just a.
Draconic, I was just going to say. In Draconic, I was just going to say, we're here to talk with you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't sure who was going where.
Okay. It's hard.
Yes, it is. Can I, my question is, since the earth elemental itself on the, grid says it does not disturb any rock or stone when it moves through it, are we counting that as can be seen with tremor sense? Because I literally do not disturb any material as I move.
Let's
I want to ask you because that to me sounds like it would not proc tremor sense.
so that means
but-
you get an infinity stealth roll.
But no, well, right, which is also why I'm saying that sounds a little broken, but it also very strictly says it doesn't disturb material. But I don't know if that would all not make any movements. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you want to call it, which is why I'm
Let's
asking.
call it stealth plus 10.
Okay, fine. That's totally
Not-
fine.
Not adding, subtracting anything else to it. just
Right,
plus-
because I don't want it to be broken, but it also, like, it has specific text, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what most of that traces. So let's just
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's totally fine. That's actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Are you trying to sneak somewhere?
I will momentarily. I want to see what goes on.
Okay. Okay, so Yllaxis said they want to talk, and she's waiting for a response. Is that right? Just trying to understand the situation. I wasn't sure if Kip was going to say something
Yeah.
too.
Accurate. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Anyway, Nax says word. He says, "Hey." He waves his gun around. He says, "We got the boy, the elf with the blue robe. If you want him, you're gonna come with us."
I looked at Kiff because he said he wanted to negotiate.
Kiff turns back to the Yllaxis and just kind of shrugs his shoulders. Character-wise, he doesn't really care that much about the elves, whatever. He was more worried about the lizard folk, and with that, not going the way he's planned, he's a little bit downtrodden and just doesn't really give a shit about the hostage situation.
Okay.
Does he
So
respond at all?
I look up to them then and say, now surely not everyone has to go, right? We can let our civilians off.
He waves over the other kobolds and they kind of huddle for a second. Turns back and says, "You don't want Jeremy? You can go."
I mean, no, it's not that. I'm saying we have some civilians, and it seems like you're actively seeking us out, so we're important for some reason. Otherwise, you just kill him yourself. You think he's leverage?
They talk amongst themselves, and the kobold frontman kind of shrugs. He says, "We ain't gonna fight you now. There's too many of you." And they start saddling up onto their billets.
Very rude. I don't think we can to Kiff, quietly I say, I don't think we can negotiate with them. They're not even willing to listen to the pleas to let civilians go. Get on
Kiff,
our way.
Bonnie says to Marvis, he says, "Isn't there something you could do? I don't have much money, but I could try to reward you for helping my friend Jeremy."
I'm not much of a negotiator. I usually
face?
Yeah.
Physical
Mostly-
negotiations.
I let my hammer do the talking, if that makes any sense.
She blinks and she takes a step away from you and she nods. She seems a little intimidated.
Kiff will, to the word of, message as it's written, we'll just kind of point back to Yllaxis and message back. We just follow tunnel later. Should be okay,
I
right?
agree. I
Okay.
agree. We should get out of here then.
These kobolds and their mounts are going to go ahead and leave, collapsing this tunnel behind them. It's like so. There we go. Perfect.
Shall we get going then?
I'm just gonna pop
No need to
myself up.
stand in this corridor.
Pop myself up and point at the spores that are obviously moving way faster than we thought they were supposed to move, and then I'm just gonna zoop back under and start moving again.
Yeah, Kiff will, deftly make his way back to our LizardFolk friends.
Ah, where'd I go? Okay, there I am.
These lizard friends were holding their breath during that whole time, and they breathe a big sigh of relief, and they say, "Oh, they say, thank
just
the
kinda-
god of eggs, you're back.
I just kind of pop up behind them.
Thanks, Senganya, you're back. We didn't know what was going on. We heard all the sounds, and then those things came.
Are Fontiev, Marvis, and Bonnie, I'm assuming, following suit? I don't wanna move your
yeah,
characters unless you
Yeah,
want
I'm
to.
going towards you guys, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, they got off in their own direction, and we are going off on our own right now, so...
Are you
No.
coming, Marvis?
I think we might have lost Roldan.
Nice. He usually comes.
Sorry. What's up?
We're leaving.
Are
Okay.
you coming?
Are you coming?
Marvin?
Yep. Where are we going? This way?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna be like 20 feet away from the lizards, cause... like, being
You may
alive.
or may not have consumed the souls of their brethren.
No, I just like being alive.
This is true.
You're standing a little bit close to one of these spores, so it's going to lean towards you on its tether. Okay. They can't reach you.
So Kiff will message to Earthmink and ask, we failed. We didn't bring the stars back. What do we do now?
I'm gonna answer, did we fail? Maybe releasing those souls will light the stones back up. If not, we'll help them think of a way to move and a safe place to be in. They already did have that decision on their own.
Kiff will say, but Kiff didn't see any souls when thing got smashed.
I don't know if I recall seeing souls leaving an object. Have I like been next to someone who has released souls before? I think that would be the first time. I know Yllaxis did release some, but I don't know if I can recall a time that I was directly next to Yllaxis when it happened.
Well, she saved King Cyril from the soul gem. I'm not sure
Right. I don't know.
Yeah,
She was
it was-
behind.
it
That was a private affair. It was-
Yeah,
it was-
you were behind a building.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever personally seen a soul. So I'm just gonna reply to Kiff. I'm unsure as to what a soul would look like. Maybe they're invisible to the normal eye. I think that we shouldn't count this as a failure until we go back to see if we've actually failed. And once we get back, at least we have someone to say that we went in. And I kind of just look over at Bonnie.
Are
And
you
Bonnie
saying
nods. She says, "I am very tired. Do you think you could drop me off back at Tethel?" She gestures to her many wounds from being whipped with spiky chains, and she's bleeding profusely all over. Actually, no. She was
that
healed,
someone?
right?
Yeah.
So she just has bruises because she's an NPC. She's not heroic like you guys who could just heal by taking a nap.
What were you going to say, Maggie?
confused. Oh, were you saying that in common or draconic?
I was saying that in a message
Conversation.
so no one else could
Oh,
hear it
never
anyway.
Okay.
I am still
You're
a
right.
rock.
You were still Elmic. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well-
I will also probably not be Elmic unless it's absolutely necessary, because I can stay in this form for like 8 hours, and this is the only 2 points I have
Yeah.
in
And
animal
it's
form,
good
so
form, it's very strong.
it's good. It's pretty darn good. That's why I had to spend 2 points on it. And I also have no spells left, so like,
Yeah.
this is what I have.
Okay.
In Draconic, I do say to the two of you, not fully understanding what's going on, but can get a general gist of it and say, I'm not so optimistic about what we've accomplished.
I'm
Kiff
gonna...
will,
Oh, go ahead.
Kiff will kick some dirt, and then he'll just say, I guess in Draconic, because he doesn't really feel like talking in common right now. Onward, and then he's just gonna start walking.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at
which-
Yllaxis and kind of give a nod, and maybe last little tiny sketch on paper I'll write. We'll talk about this later, and I'll zip and kind of continue on my way towards Kiff. You can see, like, I'm not... Oh, sorry. Go ahead before we start moving.
Before we go off, those who are going ahead, do we decide exactly where we're going? Because the council is meeting around midnight, and it's already
It's already 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah.
45 or 7
Yeah.
p.m.
The trip down to
It's
the
evening.
The trip down to the Lizard Cave and back is quite a long trip. At least it's going to be, the round trip's going to be at least 3 hours.
Will you use message with me or no? At this
Absolutely.
point, Kiff, I don't know if Kiff is
By all means, I will
too
be,
pissed off to
I will be
message.
the dirt translator.
Yeah,
Also, if you want to wait 10 minutes, I can cast telepathic bond, and then we could all just talk to each other in our minds.
It might be an idea, but we don't have to. Whatever you're feeling most comfortable with. I mean, it takes 2
Ritual.
seconds. For now at least, I'm just gonna reply through Kiff. Do you think it would be quicker to go through the main gate? We will have to be searched again, and I don't think they'll allow a lot of the scrolls that we have.
Well, oh wait, sorry, nope, didn't hear what you said.
No, I talked through Kiff to you. That was specifically like he translated it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I just
In
need
that
to like
case-
designate.
Well, if we're bringing back the dear cousin of one of the council members, the esteemed council members, one who has been known to be on the side of, Queen Madara, perhaps we can be expedited through the gates.
I'm
We
just
can send her a message before we arrive.
I'm gonna nod, and then kind of flip under the ground slightly. You can see my head, and then one little hand comes up as to like hold out just in
Yes.
case anyone wants to give me
could
any items
also
that I could hold on to and say a
just-
bag.
Go underneath
Yeah.
the gate.
Why didn't I think of that before? Because I don't think I was Earthmec when we went the first
I
time.
like that idea.
I think you were, and
That's
you
Oh no,
one
maybe
came
I
out of
was. Yeah,
Earthquake.
because I didn't want to piss anyone off.
Yeah, but that was then, and this is now.
Yes.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, my little hand just goes up to hold any items that you would like to put in, say, a bag of holding and just give to me, and I'll just hold on to it.
If it was me, I'd reach down and give you a little high five.
Oh, nice.
Still waiting there.
Yeah. For the inventory.
Yeah,
The
I just don't know
scroll I
how
have-
much. I just don't know how much is it, because I know in the Purse of Many Pockets we have a good handful of things. But do you want me to hold on to the bag of holding at this time?
Sure.
I know it's it
Take
has a lot of like.
Take the bag of holding. I'll put
Yeah.
my scroll of enlarge reduce in there, and then I think that's it. I don't think I need anything else in there.
Okay, just check your persons is what I'm saying.
Sorry. So other option Charles, you said round trip, but do you mean from here to the Lizard Village back to Tethel altogether would be 3 hours?
It's like basically it's shorter. If this route from here down there is shorter than the more roundabout route, which is down under the lake.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm being clear or not. So it's like, it's underground, so most of it's negative space. You can't go through rocks. Most people can't go through rocks. This is a much more direct path. It takes about 90 minutes. Going through the lake takes about 3 hours. But either way, the shortest, it would be at least a 3-hour round trip. And Bonnie says, if you guys are going on a big hike, I'm not. I think I would just collapse. I'd have to be carried or something. And she said she's kind of shivery and definitely bruised. I'm not sure if people can hear me out or something. Connection.
Yeah, I think people are
We
thinking.
can hear you, we're thinking.
people are musing on these ideas.
Kiff will say, take girl
I
back.
could try to walk back by myself. It's not too far from here, and
Oh, please.
from here, I don't think there's not usually this many monsters here. She says.
Kiff will say,
No.
She says, if the words 2 blocks are
No.
used, I quit.
No. No. No.
so
You're
Kiff
not going by yourself.
will
Sorry.
say that he'll sigh and he'll say, take girl back. Maggie do Maggie stuff. Scale folk, we'll talk later.
Perhaps if the lizard folk would like to go back and give an update and let everyone else know, we will visit them again soon once we've kind of held off the drow in Tethel. We can regroup, but in terms of what's time sensitive, I mean, at least tell them we got rid of the sphere, which hopefully shouldn't continue to take things away from the stars, the rocks. Anyway, I'm going to send a message, so I'm sitting in Altair. You can just guide the way.
I'm gonna hold a little piece of paper up and give it to whatever one of the lizard folk will take it. In Draconic, it says,
He'll take it.
yeah, in Draconic it says, we'll be back to help you with your stars. Please let us know. If you can, let us know about if they've improved or not. If you need additional assistance with moving, please, like basically just keep us updated in any way you can. Safely.
She reads it. She says, "How will we let you know?" She says, "We don't have spells to talk like you do."
Dromik just kind of shrugs, and I look at Kiff like, I don't know.
He says, "Well, my people we expect violence if we go through the elf town. I guess we can try to come around this way."
I'm gonna just like, if I can talk to Kiff through message, just let him know, like, I can maybe send an animal later tonight. Keep your eyes and ears open. If not tonight, tomorrow.
They all look at each other. They say animal, and they nod, and they say animal, and they say sounds good.
It won't be like one that you're used to.
She says, "I think we'll know it when we see it."
What was I gonna say? Kiff will message Dromik and say, perhaps when Maggie is doing politics, we're not necessarily needed then. Perhaps we can drop in and visit later this evening.
I do like a little nod and like a maybe we'll see what happens sort of thing. Remind me, ritual casting, druids can just do that, right?
Wizards.
If you have prepared that spell for the day, then
You
you
can
can cast
ritual
as
cast
a
it.
ritual if you're a druid. If you're a wizard, it's different.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember how druid ritual. I'll look it up. Don't worry about it. I'm just
No,
asking.
that's
That's
how
literally
it is
how
for
it
druids.
is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so Wizards, if you don't prepare it, you can do it as a ritual.
That's nice.
Druids, it's like
It
you
has
have
to be
prepare
prepared.
the spell, but if it has the
Okay.
ritual casting tag, you have the option to do it as a ritual instead.
Okay, good to know.
But I think you have to prepare it just in order
Yes.
to even be able to do it as a ritual for
Right.
that day.
Okay, then tomorrow it will be then. Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Tomorrow we ritual.
So speaking of spells cast as rituals, very smooth segue there. I am going to do ascending to Lady Elena. Say, hello, my lady. We found your cousin and are on our way to bring her back to the city safely. If you could kindly arrange our, just help us get through the entrance so we can deliver her soonest, that would be great. Thanks. I think that's like probably
Yes.
like
Yes, bring more
27
underbox
words.
coffee.
She responds with overjoyed, I will come to the East Gate. Who is her savior? Tell me their name.
Alas, I would need another 10 minutes, so I guess I'll just take time thinking about it while we're on our way. But first, I will take another 10 minutes as we're walking to telepathically bond our group, because I don't want to keep doing this message thing. Things can get lost in translation.
Okay.
Okay. So just so that you're walking to the city's east gate, right?
Is that the gate we first went into the city
Yep.
through?
When you
Yes.
first
Yes, it
landed.
is.
Sure. Yep, sure.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
without the lizard folk. The lizard folk are going on their way. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll put you guys over there. Go ahead.
On the way, Charles, I'm thinking about plenty of things, but I saw the name Silvery Moon. Now, Sean knows that to be a prominent city in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, the world of Pearl.
Right.
And
There is
it is faintly familiar to Yllaxis as well, so you remember she has some memory about it.
I have some
And it's
memory
from
about it.
childhood.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of okay? I mean, that's sufficient. Is there some sort of check I can make if it means anything or no?
You want more information, or just want to try to remember anything more you remember about it personally?
Yeah, like if I remember anything about it, because I mean, maybe it's metaing, and you can tell me no, that's metaing. That's fine. Like the name Silvery Moon is like a canon city that is not on our map.
Correct. Okay, so while I'm drawing this, why don't you roll your mental skill of choice to remember it?
I don't remember anything.
I didn't see you.
That's the
roll.
worst.
Can you roll so I can see
That's
it?
okay. I rolled a natural 2, and I have no pluses to any intelligence. So
I just like to see the rolls.
I rolled a natural 2 right here.
Over there. Oh wow. So, do you have like wisdom or something? Or
Plus
charisma?
1 to wisdom. So
Okay, so you remember being a child. You remember being hurried along by your lovely mother and your grandmother and grandfather, but you don't, and you remember hurrying away from that city, but you don't remember anything else. And you
I
can
wish
try
you would
again-
stop that.
memory?
Oh, go ahead.
You could try again another day to remember more.
Yeah, is this a new memory?
It's not a new. Well, I guess it's kind of like a. It's of you being a child. So I don't think it's a new. It's just something that you hadn't really remembered
Well,
in detail until like you just remembered. You remembered that you hadn't remembered in detail until now.
I grew up in New Tanthras.
Yes, and now you remember something earlier, something from being a very small child.
It's so strange.
The doors. Anyway, yeah, you get to the gate, and there are some very happy, smiling elves who are almost jumping for joy, waiting for you at the gate at 8:10.
Did we see Lady Yelena there?
You see 3 happy, smiling elves. Here we go. Here's the fucking door. And
Where are we?
there is the same coffee stand as before.
There's-
There is Lady Elena. There's Tasha. There's also your old friend, Mr. Valentino. And there's a copy lady as well, who I will find in a minute. And Lady Elena says, "Oh, how glorious, how wonderful!" She's just jumping up and down, everybody's smiling, everybody looks very happy to see you. And she says, "Please, oh come, Bonnie, come." And Bonnie starts walking forward. I assume nobody's gonna stop her or anything. They're gonna do a big hug. And Marissa says, "How about you all buy some coffee to celebrate this wonderful reunion?" Valentino steps forward, looking very excited. He says, "You guys have done wonderful things." He says, "All the council members are coming into agreement."
Delightful to hear. Lady Led, I'm so happy that we could be of service to you, to reunite you with your dear companion, Bonnie.
She says, yes, I'm so grateful. She says, "I'm willing to vote as you suggest on the council. There's this significant meeting coming up." She says, I believe that you had wished for Lord Thanner to be cleared. I'm sure that will be the first order of business. I promise to vote for that. And Queen Madara is really getting rather old, and that whole scene was rather embarrassing. And so I think it is time for her to move on into retirement.
Indeed,
Especially with these increased rumblings and earthquakes that the city's been experiencing all evening.
all evening.
Yes.
Indeed.
Well, let's get inside the city. It's quite dangerous outside, as you know.
Indeed. Now, I trust we're not going to have any problems going inside by those who are perhaps a little, staunch defenders of the old regime.
So just for my reference, is Maggie disguised right now?
Yes.
Is this like a new, fresh disguise?
No, I would be the same dark elf that I was when I spoke to Elena earlier.
Okay.
Or
So she
Oleana,
says,
whatever.
She says, "Do I have Maggie or someone else or perhaps Maggie's friends to thank for all this?"
Indeed, as I said earlier, we are emissaries of her ladyship.
You can talk to Maggie's friend, the Earth Elemental.
Technically, I was the one to pick her up and save her, but that's another story.
The Lady Elena says, "Well, just let me know when sometime tomorrow when
Tomorrow?
Maggie is fully ready to reveal herself, I can give her a proper report." And she smiles. And Bonnie looks up to her. Bonnie says, I couldn't save Jeremy. And Lady Elena says, "Oh, that he doesn't matter. It's fine." She says, "Come, let's get inside. It's quite cold and dangerous. Let's get inside."
But, I'm sorry, Lady Elena, before we go on, she didn't answer my question about the security, the gate, the old
Oh, no, I'll wave you through. I have the special pass.
Much appreciated. Just
Okay.
gonna look back. And
So we're all getting
wave.
waved through.
You're getting all the way through.
Cool.
The other thing is, as you get waved through, there's a bunch of very excited looking Sapphire Kobolds jumping up and down saying, "You did it, you did it, you did it."
Indeed, we did.
I
Yes,
don't know
we
where they're
did.
going, but...
We set up the meal stick restaurant, right? That was the plan.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead first. I'm kind of in the back. I'm just following y'all.
Yeah, I'm not drawing the entire thing because
That's fine.
So, the Kobolds are very excited. They say, "Come to Lady's Fair. Come to Lady's Fair. She wants to reward you. Come." And Valentino says, "It's amazing, but the dragon instantly knew of your success, and she was very pleased."
Indeed.
He says, "I've been working with Lord Thanner and everyone, and I think the city is really taking a turn for the better now."
Very glad to hear it. Well, since we are short on time, I believe we should see Lady Severa as quickly as possible, unless anyone has any objections. I look at the rest of the group.
I'm gonna just shake my head no.
I like to think that your head just pops out of the ground, shakes, and
Just
then
a little
go
like,
back in. Yeah.
I'm just like
You good?
Yep.
You good, fam?
a little
Alright.
a little thumbs up
Everything
comes
is
out
just
of the
hysterical.
ground.
Yes.
All right, we can keep moving to
Oh.
Lady Saphira.
Okay,
Lead
so
the
you do
way.
that.
Yep.
I don't know if we would know this. Is there a range on telepathic bond? I don't know if we've ever discussed that.
Same plane of existence.
Oh, well, awesome. That's great. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if Dromik would know that.
For the
I
record,
feel like it would have been.
It probably would have come up
It
at some
probably
point.
came up the other times we used it.
Okay.
When, like we were
Wondering
on
at
the
how
people or
far.
whatever.
Yeah.
for the
I just
record, Kiff is staying outside.
I also would prefer to stay on the ground because I can't fly currently, and I am a rock. So if Kiff and I, so if Kiff and I want to like hang out near the ground by like, I think it's like there's like a lake, right?
Yep, there's the lake.
So Kiff and I will hang out by the lake.
I think
So
we'll try to
the
keep this
signs of
visit
battle by the
short.
lake have been
Yeah.
cleaned up by now.
Yeah, that's fine. This is fine.
Like, I guess Maggie goes up here.
I think Yllaxis is going as well. Yes, and Fontiev.
Oh, yeah.
What about
Fontiev.
Marvis? Are you joining them or no?
Marvis, you there? Are you there, Roldan?
You might be.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Are you
Are
there,
you going
Ghost?
up to Saphira, or are you staying down with Kiff and I?
You want to see Big Sapphire Dragon or no?
Unless you want me to kill the dragon, then no.
You stay down there.
Go ahead. I have stuff to say to Kiff if we're all telepathically bonded, but that we can do that once you're finished with Saphira, or like intermittently.
Yep. Again, I think we can summarize this.
Also, just for the record, it's impossible to copy spells at a higher level than we're capable of casting, right? You have to wait till you're like of that level in order to copy it into your spell book. It's a little late now.
I would. That's a perfectly good question. I would say yeah, but let's say that there's someone who can do it could help you to do so.
Okay, that's fine. We don't really have time anyway, but you know, before handing over 9th level spell scrolls, I figured I'd ask. All right.
Okay. So anyway,
Go
there's a bunch of people talking around. People were talking about what happened. Jeremy hasn't come back yet. What happened to Jeremy? Anyway, Lisa goes there. She's very happy. She says, "Wow, you truly did it." She says, "I didn't think you would. I thought you and your friends only cared about freedom and silly things like that those little humans care about, or elves or whatever they're called." She said, "Let me see the scrolls." She says, "We'll look at them together."
Will we? That's delightful. Okay, I will take out the 3 scrolls, so the scroll of meteor shower, scroll of gate, scroll of foresight. They were in the persimmony pockets.
Yep. So she is going to do exactly as I said, as you asked about. She's going to help you copy them to your book. She's going to actually. I forgot these. Wait, no, hold on a second. They disappear when you copy it, right? So.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, they don't. I think it's
disappear when you use them.
when you use them. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's your
I
world.
don't
You can
think
make that
they-
choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So-
don't know because I just copied it other things from spell books, not from scrolls. So if you want to rule it that way, I mean, I did not start off expecting
Here's
to
the
have 9th
thing,
level
though.
spells anyway.
If she writes down said scrolls in another spell book, can't she just then share that spell book with you and then it's fine? I don't know how that works. I feel like there's a way around it, but like.
Yeah. Okay. So it's when you copy it, it destroys the scroll.
Oh, it does?
Really?
Put
Interesting.
that on page 208 of DMG.
Oh, good to know.
All right. Well, now we
Cool.
know.
Yeah, I've never
So
never
Spirit
tried.
says, "I will take these." She says, "Thank you very much." She says, "I will help you copy one of these 3, so you can have it when you're ready, when you've advanced in your career and you're ready to cast it." Does that sound good to you?
It's the
Much-
Pokemon
Much
choice.
appreciated indeed. Yes. That is very, very generous of you.
Okay. She says, "Which one should I help you copy?"
This does feel like a Pokemon choice. I'm going to need a minute, so
He says,
Perhaps.
"You sound a little tired. It seems as though your adventures have quite exhausted you."
that's Elena being exhausted after
moving
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can cut to Dromik and Kiff
Yeah,
talking
I
for a
was gonna
moment if
say,
you would like to
sounds
muse.
Like a great time to, yeah. Thanks
Um,
for reading my brain.
Yeah.
By
I
the way, Ra has followed Marvis this whole time.
I figured so. Another question about message. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Does message translate everything into common, or is it language specific? Like, say I were to think in only Draconic, would the people who only know
No.
Draconic understand it?
We're in telepathic bond.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, let's
So-
see.
Okay, so
I don't know if
the-
I would know
the-
this. You can just tell me no.
The
It hears what you say. It hears it. So I think it would depend on the language.
So it doesn't say anything about language getting in the way, but I would think that you could send a thought to a specific person if you
Okay.
didn't want everyone. It doesn't. I don't think it means
target
that like
can-
we all
yeah.
The
hear
target
each
what?
other. Yeah.
Gotcha. The target can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
For telepathic bond, yes. For message, I would
No,
say
it's telepathic. But I'm saying like,
But I think it would make sense. It doesn't mean that like we're all hearing the same
right?
thoughts
Okay, I didn't know
necessarily
if
you
yeah.
want to. Like it doesn't really say, but
Well, because
And
like I
sounding
want
also language doesn't matter for sending either.
right.
It does matter for the message. Yeah.
I'm wondering if I were to specifically talk to, say, Kiff and Yllaxis, would anyone else hear it in our bond? Or can I choose to just talk to those people?
DM us.
Yeah, literally that.
For telepathic bond,
Yes.
Sorry, can you repeat the question one more time? Sorry.
So if I were to say, speak in Draconic to Kiff and Yllaxis specifically, would the others hear, and would they understand it?
With telepathic bond active?
Correct, because we have telepathic bond currently active.
Yes. Yes.
So yes, they would understand it.
Yes. The people
Okay.
in the telepathic. Yes.
Okay. So
What do you want to do? Yeah.
no. So I'm asking because I specifically do not want everyone to understand this. I only want to
Okay.
speak in Draconic for only the people who understand Draconic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would think since it's
I feel discriminated against.
I'm sorry. This is very important to Dromik. I mean, like,
it says
This
you
is
can
scale
do it.
folk
It
talk.
doesn't say you have to do it.
yeah. So I'm just not sure of the
It would
wording.
probably take like a concentrated effort to keep your mind blank while talking, but
I can do that.
I think if you just like, I don't know. I think we could just let you do it for now because I don't think it's gonna be too overpowered.
I mean, I can do it without, like, I'm not gonna cast any concentration spells as we're speaking. I'm not concentrating
it's a
on form,
flavor
so
thing.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
flavor
so
thing.
like
Sure,
I
go
feel
ahead.
like just do it.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I just wanted to like not get the rug pulled out from under me. I am gonna speak in Draconic and say, to both Yllaxis and Kiff, like, I know you can hear me up there. What happened back at the Black Orb? Where did those souls go?
I don't fully know. What I saw was Marvis smash the vessel and the souls be released. They started to scream. After a moment or so, as they noticed that they could be freed, a gigantic, gnollish looking soul emerged and swallowed them whole.
I don't like the sound of that.
Kiff will, in the same little chat thread,
Yep.
if you will, Kiff will ask, where did Spirit Furbag come from?
It's unclear to me if it was part of the...
You definitely saw it pour out of Marvis' boat.
Gotcha, see, I guess I didn't realize that. I think it came from Lud.
I don't think we should be letting him near anything else that involves souls. If I hear from the lizard folk tomorrow that those stones are not okay, he's obviously used their power. I know that you don't feel, or you don't want anyone using the souls for any type of power so they can get back to the afterlife. And the fact that he just did take many dead souls out of, being able to go back home, I feel disturbs you as much as it does me.
He's on my list.
I think that at some point we need to ask him about what is going on with his hammer.
If Marvis had been walking within 10 feet of me at any point, there's a usual warmth that Yllaxis gives off. That sort of being in her aura of presence. That's what gives you a +3 normally when you're making saves within her aura. You notice that that's not there for you.
Oh, for Marvis specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. That ain't good.
Uh,
Oh, God.
If I do notice, I probably wouldn't have cared.
That's fair.
And that's totally fine.
I just want to finish our little draconic conversation. I'm unsure as if he has any malice behind it. He does only have one specific drive from what we've understood of him so far, but I think it is something to keep an eye on. As much as we all do have our own goal set, I don't know if it's turned for him.
All that Kiff knows is that hammer caused the exile of an entire person, like people of scale folk, and he's not going to take that. And
I'm also quite upset about that.
Kiff is going to take a rock from the side of the lake, and he's going to skip it across the lake, and as it comes up for like its last little skip, Kiff is just going to let off a bursting arrow and explode the rock. Kiff is pissed.
He's been talking about freedom lately.
I'm gonna talk to Kiff again and just say, I'm as upset as you are, but I wasn't sure if we could save those stones anyway. I don't know if those are something that we could have actually churned, but we may still yet be able to find a safe place for them to live. I am determined to do that. I'm sorry, what did Yllaxis say?
I was going to say, Marvis has been talking much of freedom lately, but you might think that he's changed or there's something about him, but I don't think that you can possibly be pursuing freedom if you don't believe in the freedom of others.
He's a very interesting one. I respect what he wants and why he wants it, but I feel as if maybe his weapon has changed him, or he may not even know what this weapon truly is. He does seem to just want to be strong to make sure that he can either save a world or help continue his master or his builder's wants and needs, but I'm unsure if that's truly what he wants. I don't know if the hammer has been bending him or not. I don't think we should necessarily mistrust Marvis. I just think that we need to talk with him and maybe figure out what he actually wants and what the hammer has been telling him.
Kiff will say, we'll find answers. Kiff will find answers. And the whole while, his hand is just in his pouch, and he's just kind of fumbling with the potion of anti-magic that he picked up from inside the orb. Nobody knows that he has his hand on it, but
Yeah,
both
you're just
ways
fumbling.
But that's beautiful and foreboding. I love it.
I love it. Okay, that's all I had to say to you two. I'm just gonna say, anytime you need to talk with me, I'm happy to chat in Draconic at any point.
Kiff will say, in the meantime, maybe while Maggie is dealing with the council, perhaps we can try to devise some way of safe passage for the White Lizard folk, if and when they need it.
I've begun to think about that myself. Kiff and I will keep planning. Thanks, that was it.
Okay.
Do we want to stop and take a break here? It is 9 o'clock, or do we want to keep going? You guys tell me. I'm fine either way.
I think break sounds good.
Okay. We'll leave it at that foreboding moment, and it is break time.
No.
Wow! I hit the real life record button. I'll tell you what, it's easier. Yes, and we are live. It's easier this time than last time, which was me having to hunt around vaguely for like a random quote when I hit the record button. That was way harder to find than this will be. So,
Okay.
alright.
So Maggie was being asked to choose her reward over here. Lady Spirit is also going to say, she says, yeah, me and my friends on the council will totally vote for you. I think she says, I heard you and Lady Olenna working together. She says, with them and with Lord Thanner, I think, we can definitely make some political changes around here. She says, I don't mind supporting your cause at all. She says, well, I have noticed these earthquakes becoming more frequent. I'm worried about exactly when this supposed attack is going to take place.
Indeed, it is. It is very pressing. But I will take you up on your offer. I'd like to learn the foresight spell, I believe.
Okay, so she says,
If
do
you
you want
wouldn't
to help you put it in your book for later, or do you want to just take a scroll?
Oh no, we can put it in my book.
Okay, so that spell will be in your book, ready to cast when you reach, I think, 17, which allows that to happen.
Amazing.
So that is quite a powerful one.
Yes. One day. One
And
day.
surprise, advantage on everything. And everything else has disadvantage.
That is also a level 17 spell that we won't get to use until level 17.
Very, very
Yeah.
long time away.
It's
I'm surprised you didn't take the spell gate. Being able to demand people appears is quite a tempting proposition. He says, as
well,
she away in her stash.
indeed, that would be great, but you also need a diamond worth at least 5,000 gold, and I've heard that diamonds nowadays are very, very hard to come by. So
She says, if you
it's
try
all
and
about
cast a locate object.
if you think that I'm just going to happen upon a diamond worth 5,000, that would be truly great.
She says, well, anyways. She says, is there anything else I can help you with? Before you presumably get some rest, she says. Looking very warm and friendly. As much as a giant smelly beast can.
Oh, are you asking us? Well, now that you mention it, do you happen to have any amulets of non-detection?
She makes a face. She says, those are quite valuable. Let me look at my stack. Give me a second. Those are quite valuable. Okay, so this can't be prevents you from being touched with divination, magic, and scrying sensors. Okay, she says she goes through her stash. All the kobolds help her look into her giant pile of treasures, along with her, as do some of her golems and thunderboars. And finally, she says, "Okay, I found it. Here it is. Here you go. You have to do. This is a genuine grade A amulet of detection. I don't know if it's like an official thingy or not. Alright, it's gonna be an amulet of detection. It will not require attunement.
Thank you. Much appreciated. And I'm gonna put it on. You said no attunement?
Yep.
I'm gonna put it on and then do a little curtsy bow,
Ain't that
and I
nice?
think it's time we go, because I am not gonna overstay the welcome and gifts and nice things. So
He says,
Thank
now
you.
no one will ever know it's Maggie. She says that is no one relying on divination magic.
indeed.
Okay, great. She says, see you later. Or see you at the council meeting, presumably, she said.
Yes, in just a few hours. I hope there's enough time to freshen up
He says,
as
go
we
right ahead.
fly away.
So, for the record, actually, I don't know if you're going to try to start shit, so I can't say that anything for the record. But yeah.
I don't think we're gonna try to start anything. I would
feel
like
like
to
we're trying
relax,
very
but
much
that's
to
just me.
not start shit, but
Well, anyway, I was going to say, if you don't start shit, then you're officially level 14 now.
Wow. I think the best
Means Maggie can
decision.
start doing her illusionary reality bullshit.
Wow.
finally.
I think that the plan is, I don't know if anyone else has any other things to do, but I think I would like to hang out around the council building if we're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Like if we have a safe space to be around the council building where we can just talk about what we're going to do with the LizardFolk or for them that
Yeah.
before the meeting, that might be nice. Just to if they could just let us in early so we could just sit there and plan, you know.
You have enough friends there now that you're basically allowed to hang out there.
Yay. Okay, and we're level 14. That's badass. I need to
Very exciting.
Yeah, you guys can start doing that if you want.
level up. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, but I forgot to mention, since Kiff did so many awesome songs, he gets to be an extra bard level. So Kiff would be level 15 at least temporarily,
Wow.
Oh, dang.
as long as it's a bard.
That's fine.
Are
Yeah.
Are
So
we all
one-
leveling up right now?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
level 14. But Kiff gets a extra level in bard. Sorry guys, you're
Yeah.
gonna see Aurora for just a minute. That's just how it goes. Aurora's how I make my characters. Don't look.
And with the
Yes.
No, look at my
of-
secrets!
No, nobody look. No,
the
it's fine.
advent of the new database, it is now actually up to date again.
Yeah, if you guys want to see Dromik's secrets. But I do want to make sure everyone can still
Listen to
see
these
them.
secrets.
I'm actually loading in another. Let me see your secrets, Asai. It's not really that big of a deal.
me your secrets.
It's literally just my character sheet. Oh wait, we're going. I have a bunch of characters. Let's see. I loaded him and then clicked off of him like an idiot. So it might take me a minute.
Now I'm conflicted. Do I take one level in fighter, or do I go up to bard 3?
In the meantime, can we use hit
Ooh.
dice while we're kind of doing nothing?
This could be a short rest, yeah.
Okay.
Can it really? Can it be?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, happy day.
The way Lud would talk to Marvis, he'd say, Marvis, hey, if you want to try to get those other golems in the city on your side, that certainly couldn't hurt our cause.
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do the whole time.
He says, it looks like they're being created mostly in the Enchanters Guild district of the city, which, according to your notes, is where this large worm is supposed to attack first.
What
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh no. So
I'm
so
going
Dromik's
to
just
future.
like bye. I mean not Dromik. Did Marvis is just kind of like bye.
Yep.
Oh,
Kiff
no.
gives him a death glare.
I'm
What's
just
the matter,
gonna
little buddy?
Where are you going?
Where they make more golems.
Insight check, bitch. Absolutely not. And oh wow, I rolled.
I'm
I
not
rolled
even lying.
bad.
That is where I'm going.
Are you actually? Where they make more
Yeah.
golems? Okay, I didn't hear what anything said. I still rolled a 13, but
I
like,
think that's better because that's in character. You're
I am kind of
truly
seeing how
did not
nervous you
know.
are, but I rolled a 13. I rolled a 3 plus 10, so I didn't roll great, but it still happened.
Are you still in your elemental form?
I don't know. Are we officially short rested or no?
Yeah, you can short rest.
I mean, regardless, my eyes just kind of narrow, and you can hear me in your brain. I wouldn't have yelled insight check, bitch, but like,
No, I would have. No, I would have been like,
No,
Why are
please
you?
say.
Your insight check, I just think that means you're suspicious.
Yeah.
Please,
I'll be like,
please
what?
tell me you yelled that.
Like, what? Why are you staring at me so intently, Dromik?
I want to know if you're being truthful.
I am. Do you want to come with me? Never said you guys aren't allowed to follow me.
Are you trying to show Ra?
Rob
Yeah,
is
where is Ra?
He's
He's
like literally
following.
right behind you. He's just hanging
he's
out there.
following you silently.
Ah, there you are. Let's go see where the rest of these people are made and see if we can free them. Or at least try to free them if they so choose to.
I'm just gonna say, be careful with freeing people. Remember that we're also trying to protect people as well. It's not just all freedom, because all freedom can be nice, but can also be chaos.
And be like, okay,
You
don't know why you're
Marvis,
telling me about chaos, but okay. Yeah.
you speak Elvish, right?
Yes, indeedy.
In Elvish, I do say, my goddess is the goddess of freedom. And I do know a thing or two about it. Just make sure you do it the right way.
Is there a wrong way to free somebody? I don't know.
Perhaps consult the texts.
How about you just tell me what you believe is the right way of freedom?
Letting people go on their own accords, as long as they don't go to harm others.
Yeah, that was. You guys are acting weird. I'm gonna go now. I look back at Kiff like, why are you giving me the stink eye?
Oh, are you actually asking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, because we think you're the one who ruined the
No,
lizard
Kiff,
folks.
Kiff.
Oh no. Oh, are you saying it out loud? Because like
Yeah.
I can hear. I'll answer for Kiff. I'll straight up. I'll tell you. Because
Tell him, friend.
because him and I both think that you ruined the habitat for all of the lizard folk, and Kiff and I aren't necessarily very happy with you right now.
Ow.
Kiff will say, souls in jar. Where they go?
How am I supposed to know?
I think the answer is closer than you think.
I think you're also not telling us a little bit about what happened with those souls. I think you see more than you're letting on to. Getting back to the conversation where you told Yllaxis she was seeing things. That's what I'm getting at.
I know. I'm just trying to hold in laughter. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm doing my best.
Mm.
We can't pretend to be mad at each other. We're just two good friends.
I know, it's so hard.
Deceptive nervousness is great.
Marvis is literally not fooling me 1 second. I have a 20 passive. Like,
Okay.
I have a pretty damn good passive insight. I am not fooled 1 second for this.
Well, remember, if it's player versus player, it's all up to the players.
That is true
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That is true too. Dromik also is hella suspicious at this point.
You know I'm always up for a little
Yeah.
cuss, so there's...
Well, and Dromik and Marvis have had their spats, if you will. Continue.
By the way, Lud says if they will fight you, me, Ra, and perhaps one or two more, we can take them. He says nothing will stop our path of destruction.
I think we've established before that if Lud is speaking in my mind, everybody else can hear Lud.
Oh, no.
The players can, the
no.
characters can.
No,
I think when we did the bind link.
Are you saying because of telepathic bond?
Yeah,
or...
I think we've
we can flavor it
established that
that is
before.
not the case.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
No, I'm just saying this just so
Charles knows.
remembers, because I think we did establish that. if when we did the telepathic thing before, you guys heard blood for like the first time.
Oh, okay.
It did. I remember that, and Havanara didn't like it.
Yeah, so you could talk to him, I guess, if that's how you want to go.
Did he just say that though, like out loud, like in
Yeah.
our brains?
I don't know if he
Okay,
realized.
no, that's okay. I'm letting like. Do you want to redact that because that's important?
Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up in case you wanted to redact that, or Lud could not give a fuck and just say it out loud. It makes no difference for him.
I actually forgot about that. So I think he probably wouldn't talk well. The telepathic bombs.
That's fair.
He trusts
In-
Marvis a lot, but other people not so much.
I do know that there's a sense of something in Marvis, so instead of words, I'm sending an image, a couple of images to Marvis's brain. The day that Sonnet died and he fought a Bodak by himself, he was down on the ground and the rest of us moved ahead. The reason why he got up is because I put my hand on him and I put some healing energy into him. I want that image in his brain of my hand on him and the glow of the warmth that I give, protecting him. I want him to think back to the inn that we found on the side of the road, and the pillow fight that we had, and the sort of smile and hug that I gave him. And I want him to think about those things as he's walking off.
Well, I'm not walking off yet because I think me and Dromik are still having this discussion of what really happened to the souls. I'm like, so you assume something other than the souls being free happened, yes?
From what we can tell, that is the case.
Okay, and do you have any proof that these souls that were trapped in this magical cylinder engine thing were the stars in fact?
I don't have proof of the stars,
Then
but we do know that those souls were innocent people. And I know at least some of us, and I'm going to glance over at Yllaxis, don't like when we use souls of people to power other things. It was specifically why we decided to destroy the canister.
that I understand. And again, there is no proof that the souls are in me or in Lud or anywhere on my person. Going back to the souls, are we 100% sure they're innocent souls? We don't know what their lives were before being trapped in
It doesn't.
the cylinder.
I trust
doesn't-
Yllaxis, and I
It
trust
doesn't
what you
matter
saw.
if they're innocent. It doesn't matter if they're innocent souls or not. The soul's just the same. They have an afterlife, and it's not our part to confine them elsewhere than where they're destined to be by their own fruition.
I agree with this. They should have been freed, allowed to either reincarnate as their god wills or pass on. We should not be using them as added power.
All right. I understand that part. But to be throwing out accusations and such
Okay,
does
so
not
Lud
sit.
does want to speak up, and he wants to interrupt everyone. He says, "Do you think you can defeat the Black Pharaoh with the pitiful power you have?"
I'm just gonna look at Marvis like, yeah, okay. Like
I did not say that.
I have the most. No, I have the most like dirty. I told you so. Look on my face. Like, yeah, sure. You keep flapping, metal man. But I'm just gonna say that I'll say mental. I will continue to speak mentally. I don't
Say
know.
Maggie's.
I don't know if I mistrust anyone. I don't know if I trust any god who decides to use dead souls as power.
I don't think Lud has ever said he was a god.
Then I extra don't
any
trust him.
being that wants
Then why would I trust
Oh,
him in the slightest? He has no direct alignment.
The only alignment he has at this moment is with me. And if your
That's
trust
not
in me is
entirely-
waning,
Marvis, you and I have a complicated relationship.
yeah, but
Stop it! Stop it! Can't you tell? Can't you see your fighting's tearing us all apart?
I don't think that you are evil. I just think you may be going too far. You need to be honest with us. If there is something you wish to do, I don't think that this party would have any... They wouldn't have any issue with it if it's not directly evil. You
I
know me,
have
Marvis.
n-
I have on more than one occasion done things that aren't what Yllaxis would approve. But she still is one of my companions, and we trust each other all the same because I am open and honest about what I do. I do not hide.
here's the thing. It's not that I do not trust you guys. It's just that you sometimes... how do I phrase this? You have your ideals that I do not agree with, and you try not to force, but not coerce. You just say your ideals up front, and
Try to impress your morals on others.
yes, there. Thank you, ambient voice from wherever you are.
Maggie just hears the difficulty in the thoughts and is like, ah, yes, words.
It's
I
this.
got
Here
you.
you go. Yeah.
I'm back
Jesus, is
to,
it you?
back to copying things in my spellbook.
And I do not judge you for it. I just do not feel that it should be forced, but
forced
not
on
actually
others.
forced.
No, I
Upon me.
understand. I understand that, and I don't wish to change you. I don't think that it's my job to do so, but I do prefer to know what my companions are doing. It keeps me safe, and it keeps us cohesive group. Mistrust is when we start to fall. And though you are incredibly strong, and I could not once come to say that is not the case. I think that you are an incredible fighter, and you may do what you will, and I have no qualms with this, but I do need to know if the person that I am fighting next to is going to turn on me. And I think that keeping open and honest conversation when we can is important. I don't like telling people that I disagree with them, but I always will. Because I don't think that it is worth my time to be in a group that I need to lie to. I'm strong enough to go on my own, as are you.
I understand where you're coming from, and yes, the thing is that this information was given to me, and I felt like it was a split-second decision to either let the souls be free and probably cause mayhem, because these souls are not from our plane, if you remember correctly, from what I've stated, what I was told. They're not. What if these souls are were to be have been released in our plane? They could have torn more fractures between planes, and as I've told you before, from my experience, these fractures lead to no good.
And I understand that, but I don't think that that is your decision to make. I think that that is something that you need to tell all of us, because we could have waited.
You're doing exactly what you
What you're telling
accuse
us
us
to do.
of, imposing what you want on it. You seek two things: power and destruction. And it seems like those are the two things that you really only do care about. Maybe you don't care about my hurt feelings, and maybe you don't care about the 2,000 souls that you have at your fingertips doing your bidding. But for someone who spent so much time trying to find a purpose and has now found freedom, it pains me to see that you use your freedom to impose your will on others. Not just the 2,000 souls, but when you tell those golems that they want freedom, are you actually offering them that?
I'm not telling them if they want freedom. I'm asking them if they do. I asked Ra if he wanted to be free. He said yes. He asked me what freedom was, and from what I observed, it is what I told him. He decided to follow me. I never said follow me.
Rod
And why
said,
didn't those
I
souls?
follow him. He is like me. He knows he will teach me freedom.
And why don't those souls have the same opportunity?
Mommy and Daddy are fighting, and Fontiev
God
is
damn it,
split.
Rob!
Yllaxis has her
She isn't
arms
wrong.
crossed. Yeah, Yllaxis has her arms crossed, and at that point, with the hammer thrown down, she says, "Go off. Go ahead. Go to the district and go make more things that you have captivated by your words and your muscle."
I will
Ra
say
says
this.
to Marvis, he says, does freedom always lead to the same purpose?
No. As you see, Yllaxis has her own purpose, which is to believe what she wants to believe. Same as Dromik and Kiff. I will say this. You say why did I not give the same choice to the souls? The souls were dead. They were not living anymore. What is dead and cannot return. No matter
I disagree
how
with that. I highly disagree with that.
You
no matter
died
how
and returned. What are you talking about?
My God, my
You
God.
died and returned.
I highly disagree. I have seen reincarnation. The
alright.
Fontiev raises his hand. She's like, I did kind of bring you back from the dead.
though I do understand if you are not following someone who does reincarnate, but that doesn't mean that all of those souls were not. Multiple gods do believe and consistently grant reincarnation, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look over at Maggie. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I don't know if she still just knows in book.
At this point, as Maggie is trying to figure out new spells, rather appropriately, she remembered that well, not remembered. I'm looking through the Druid book that has a spell of reincarnation. Nope, resurrection.
Resurrection, but still like very
It's
similar.
a ritual.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Alright.
Wait a second.
Let me state it this
There
way.
is such
then.
a spell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
But it's
true
not
resurrection.
specifically that spell that's
No,
in
it's not.
the Druid book.
Yeah,
It
there's-
is
No,
the...
it's not.
Yeah, it's
Oh
it's
no,
a
it is
ritual of
ancient ritual of
reincarnation.
reincarnation.
Yes.
It's gonna be a different body. Yeah, that's the different
Yeah,
body.
but that is
That's
literally
awful.
reincarnation. Yes.
It's a silly one, yeah.
It's a pretty good silly spell. But anyway, it is legitimately a spell, which is why Dromik is like, absolutely not. There is reincarnation. Like, I literally know it's a thing.
Soul must be willing for all these.
Thematically and appropriately, that was the... I just, while this
That
is
was the
going
spell
on,
you landed
I'm just starting to... I had started to learn this one, but I realized I never canonically, like, copied it into my spell book. So I'm just... I don't know how much time it's gonna take, because it's not a traditional... It's like a special ritual, but, like, I'm working on that while this is going on. I'd be like, ah, yes,
That's fair.
it's a
You,
thing.
you
Reincarnation.
say that yes, souls can come back, and you could say you brought me back to life. But can you say the same thing about my world? Completely gone?
I do understand why you are worried about them tearing worlds asunder. That is a serious and dangerous fact that I think we need to start thinking about. But it does not mean that you are allowed to decide what happens to all of those living souls. if it is something you want us to do more research into, I think that everyone involved would be more than happy to do so. But I do not agree with you deciding on your own without the group on how dead souls go. I think that next time we hit a canister, we either need to have more research done on how to safely dispose of these souls, or we need to come up with a better solution that does not harm our existence, but also does not harm the souls inside the canister. Because though we cannot say all are good, there is a chance that at least some of them are, and I don't think I like taking those, for lack of better words, Schrodinger souls, and disposing of them.
Kiff will say, so, Metal Man worried about destroying worlds, or worlds being destroyed. If those souls were the stars, then for many, many scale folk, and all of the dinosaurs, and all of the plants, and all of the other creatures that live down there, you just destroyed their world. How do you feel about that?
That is true, and I did do that. I do feel remorse, and I will pay the price. I will, what's the word?
Atone.
Oh yes, atone for my sins when the time comes. Be it now with you in front of me, or later on with another foe we face. But I did what I did. I chose to do what I did with a limited time window we had. We're almost always rushing from point to point, trying to save as many people as we can. And I've seen it time and time again. We can't save everyone. And we shouldn't be worrying about every single soul to save. Because if we do that, 5 other souls along the line are already lost while we debate over one in front of us.
Promise
And
me that.
yes,
Oh, go ahead.
yes, it was a lot of souls this time. But next time it could be twice the number while we're debating, and then there's 3 times the number already lost before we're able to save those.
Then
Just debating on 2.
let's make a pact to do some research to understand this better. I don't want to hurt anyone living as much as you don't seem to, as in the same. But I don't think that. I also agree that waiting and wondering does not help. But we can now actively decide that that is something we need to learn and read and talk to experts who may have better insight in this than we do, especially here. We are in quite a strong magic area, it seems. I don't think that you made the worst decision, but I don't agree with it. I just think that next time we need to make a different decision.
I'm fine with that. But remember, each time we take too long to debate, I inch closer to making that decision for you guys. And you may not like the end result.
You or your friend in that hammer of yours?
Me. Lud doesn't make any decisions for me. He just informs me. He doesn't say do this or do that. He says, he lays the cards out on the table. He tells me what is in front of me, and I decide on what to do. Remember, I've told you guys numerous times of information and let you guys decide. This one time, I felt we would have been in that room still right now debating on what to do. Yeah, it was not the smartest thing to do to take that decision off your guys' hands, but What's done is done.
I agree. We'll begin to find books on this. Next time will not be this quick of a decision, or this careless of a decision. And I'm done talking at this point. I'm gonna kind of just like.
Relax your mind. Words are forming, clusters of them, lots of them, not knowing where to start. Lots of things at once. You can hear the ripples of the aggravation in her mind. At this point, she just gets on Altier and says, I'm heading out, and flies to the temple of Eliastreli.
Right before we all go our separate ways, I put in your minds the last images I saw of my world, seeing my creator basically die, each of his friends die, and just how I felt so powerless each single time, not being able to do anything.
And
Go
Yllaxis
ahead.
sends an image of Chef Johnson and Cyril, and the same emotion of choosing between their souls, and with the sort of reluctance and pain she feels for letting one die. And every person that she ever saw in the city, in the capital, when she was, even before she became a paladin, you see those too, the people that suffered injustice and she was powerless to do something.
Kiff is going to. He's clutching that potion in his hand, in his pouch, incredibly hard, and he's taking a moment, just a dead look in his eye, and then he'll turn away and he's going to say, "I'm going to get my lizard," and he's going to walk off, and he's going to go to the stables where the 2 lizards he bought from the elves.
Elves.
Yeah, he's gonna
get them.
go. He's gonna go get them, and he'll probably talk to them for a little while.
For a split second, I thought you said, "I'm gonna go get my wizard." I'm like, "What wizard?"
I'm gonna go find.
and what wizard?
I'm going to get Maggie. He grabs Maggie and just drags her around while she's reading her book.
Hey, I'm still reading this book.
Come on, wizard. Anyway.
I haven't learned the spell yet. We finally have downtime.
Yeah, I know. Maggie's like, no, my
an hour.
downtime. Incredible. Have we officially short rested ODM?
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna be regular boy Dromik. Actually, no, I'm not gonna be regular boy Dromik until I have to be. Never mind. I'm not talking anymore. That's it. I think that I'm going to go towards the council area. I'm gonna kind of hang out quietly until people start arriving and whatnot. I'm gonna work on thinking of something for the LizardFolk. If people wish to join me, that is totally fine. I will not be under the ground. But if no one wishes to join me, I will be hanging out underground like a little rock.
I'm going to where Charles said the golems were being made.
Enchanter's Guild, the district.
In the
yeah.
Enchantress Guild, yeah.
I'm probably gonna go towards the council area, but just find a slightly like a
Quiet
bench
spot.
or something
I'll
to
hang
sit
out with you
down
if
and
that's the case. If you
finish.
want me to.
There's
Yeah.
lounges inside the council building. There's also quiet benches around.
Wherever
Yeah,
you
I
prefer.
don't want to take my fancy special spells in the presence of these.
Yeah, I'll stay with Maggie if that's the case.
There's
She's
like
okay with it.
there's like a what's it called?
A little side park or like a little.
There's some coffee shops. There is a library near, like a public library nearby. Which might be more chill, relatively speaking. Well,
That might be good. I guess I'll sit like near the library or something.
okay.
And I don't know how long it'll take me to finish learning that reincarnation ritual, but
It doesn't take too long for someone of your enlarged brain size.
Big brainedness.
It's about time. Yeah. All right.
But it just has kind of rare ingredients, but nothing that can't be
Yep.
acquired naturally.
Some of which have already been acquired.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, cool. So I can note that I've officially learned that.
Yeah, sure.
Yay. Thanks.
Okay, so that's happening. I'm gonna put Maggie there. What are some other people that want to be doing things?
What did Fontiev do throughout that whole conversation?
Cry.
Yeah.
He
He just
has
like crouched in a
rolled
corner.
around.
Just like,
Yeah,
no,
that's
He
essentially
did
what's
pop out.
going on.
I'm
He
dead.
did pop out at just the right time to just be like, I did bring you back to life. That was pretty great timing.
Yeah, and
I
then
like
just,
to-
and then
I
I
like
just sink away.
With your broom.
I
Cradling your broom to your chest.
I will say this much, like I'm just going to abuse the fact that I have vanished now, and just say I have now hidden, and I cannot be tracked unless by magical means, and you guys have no idea where I've gone. I'm just hiding in fear at this point.
He's gone. He's gone. Nothing's gonna break.
I would like to go to the temple. All I'm doing there is meditating.
Okay, so you're surprised to find there's actually like a somewhat big crowd of people there when you get there, and they're kind of excited about it, and there are people smiling, people look hopeful. Sister Shantae is welcoming them in. People are giving her big donations in her donation pot. There's like the big crowd. She looks at you and says, "Yllaxis, welcome. It seems like we're on the edge of a new age."
Indeed, it is. I foresee this city being a far more prosperous place for our people.
Yes, she says. I've heard talk of the possibility to go to the surface to meet other cultures. She says She says we're not going to be just stuck in the dark anymore. We'll be people of the world who know many things. And it's all thanks to you, she says.
And thanks to all of us, and thanks to her.
He says, I think the goddess has a great blessing for you. If this council deposes the old queen, perhaps puts Lord Thenor in as a chairman or a president or something, and the people are free and they are free to travel to the surface. He says, were you able to find any sort of teleportation methods to the surface that are usable by the majority of people?
I don't think we did, right? There wasn't anything that I'm overlooking.
Not that I can remember.
Oh shit! I forgot to mention. So, part of the reward for the sphere was that there was a teleportation circle code for Carthage.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
then
big
yes.
reward. Then yes, we did.
All you got to do is whip yourself up into a stalactite, and then step on a circle, and then ask a wizard very nicely, and there, Bob's your uncle. You're in Gotham.
Wait, also sorry. What reward? What happened?
I'm sorry, this is my mistake. There was a lot of stuff in the sphere as a reward, and one of them was code so you can use you can cast teleportation circle to go to Carthage with using the code. And you can utilize anything if you want.
Okay, fantastic. That's good to know, and might have changed one of my spell selections for this level.
I apologize.
No.
It's just-
No. Thank you for telling us now. So,
Appreciate it. Yeah.
yes.
And Sister Shantae said, "Well, that's great because we have such a code in this town as well."
Oh, that's fabulous.
It is of course kept under security by General Tanya's supervision, but I'm sure you can negotiate something there.
I'm certain we can.
He says, but I'm worried about these visions. Now I'm envisioning not one but two Taras. He says, do you? I just hope that you guys can stay in our city. Just to say that one more time. She says, I know you have so many. There are many people who says we are cruel elves. She says, I think the acts of slavery. It's not who we are. We're a good people. We want to teach magic. We want to share what we know with the world. She says, I really hope you'll help us save our town, and maybe we'll join the rest of the world afterwards.
I completely understand. The images of two Tarasques comes into my brain, something that Marvis had ingrained into my mind as something that destroyed his world. You know, I am also here for council.
He says, yes, I've spoken a lot with Lord Thenner. He expects to be cleared of all charges.
No, not of that kind, sister.
She
I
calms
mean
down.
of the religious sort.
Council,
trying to
of course. She says, come. She says, my friend here will handle the crowd's question. So let's go to the back room.
And I go with her.
Okay. She says, why don't you have a seat over there? And she gestures to a comfy counseling couch.
I sit down and I just ask her about the natures of souls and freedom and what would Australia want.
Do you tell her about really what happened, or just general questions?
General questions.
So she says, basically, when people die, their soul is supposed to go, based on, it goes to a certain plane. Some people call it the feud plane, where there's supposed to be a neutral god who judges them and sends them if they followed a god, or if without following a god they match one god's ideals, to that realm of eternal reward. Or she says, oftentimes devils will come with contracts and take them away, and other times the demons will come and offer to take them if no other gods will take them. And sometimes the demons come and drag them kicking and screaming away. But either way, the souls are taken to their rest. She says, usually if people have been good and have tried to do good things in return of reward, sometimes she gestures to your dear friend Altair. They are rewarded with the potential to be everlasting life and service to good causes, like your friend Altair over there. Does that answer your question?
And then you think about the sheer amount of times we've gotten this horse killed.
No, I'm thinking of other things. Altair himself doesn't mind. He's a wonderful, handsome horse. But now she's Yllaxis mentions, and souls that are on the material plane. Perhaps.
Oh, you mean souls that are trapped through foul magic?
Yes.
She says that is the regrettable thing. It's a science often associated with fiends, with devils and demons, with foul undead who bind souls against their will with certain types of golems, though some of those are powered with artificial souls. She says it is certainly an evil act to trap souls against their will on the material plane after they should go beyond. She says, and to destroy a soul, that is something known only to the demons. Not even the devils would do such a thing. To destroy a soul is to take all of its power for oneself is a truly evil act.
Thank you, sister. I believe
That's what this is all about.
Absolutely, yes. I believe and correct me if I'm wrong, but our dear lady would want us to free all souls, regardless of what they did in the life if they are trapped.
She says freedom can be a complicated thing. He says freedom leads men to do many different things, and Our Lady encourages us to use our own judgment to judge every situation. Sometimes we feel called to try to get the greatest good for the greatest number of souls, if we can. He says, I've known some who saw fit to even kill those who stood in their way, and simply because they couldn't understand, and I could not judge them, because if that's how Our Lady guided them, and that's how they felt their calling, I wouldn't judge them. But we do try to do the greatest good for the greatest number, and we try to never destroy a soul.
Thank you for that. I do a blessing and out the door with Altair, head back to the council.
Okay, the other council.
Yes. The secular council.
Okay, great. So what are some other people doing?
I'm still going towards that guild.
Okay. So this is a part of town which, and people, I think you guys haven't been here yet, which kind of surprised me because I thought you guys like magic crap. Anyway.
Only when it
Sound-
benefits us.
I think we've
Sounds
been
like Charles
distracted.
is mad.
We've also
Okay.
had so many
We
things we need
got
to do.
very
Yeah.
distracted with
There's
the
been
long
so many
list
things.
of yeah. But maybe there's like a Tarrasque slaying weapon there. That'd be
That
nice.
is actually true.
Yeah.
I
There's
am a
potential.
Tarrasque slaying weapon.
Fair
I'm
enough.
fine with that.
Okay.
Where did I go? Oh, there I am.
So
By the way, when Sister Shantae, after the conversation, I do relay telepathically to everyone. There might be 2 Tarrasques.
You just hear Fontiev go. Are we sure we don't want the plan B of moving to a different plane?
I'm gonna
Oh,
I'm
wait,
gonna
what's
reply.
the distance
Oh, go ahead.
telepathic?
It's
thing?
on the same plane of existence.
same
so
plane.
The
Okay.
answer is yes. You can
Okay.
speak to us. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was gonna do this scene with Marvis here.
Oh, yeah. I just
Go
didn't know if
ahead.
Marvis was saying something to us mentally.
No, I just wanted to make sure if I heard that, and then I'll
Yes.
probably respond after this
Uh,
scene is over.
Yeah, the only thing I want to do is, if I hear that, I'm just gonna look at Maggie and be like, I'm gonna go wait outside the building. I'll be quiet. And I'm gonna do the thing. I'm just gonna wait here, see if anyone enters, leaves, what's going on. And that can be done after this other thing.
Okay, so Marvis goes over here. He sees there's a lot of workshops. Some of them are just for magic items. Some of them are for golems. It tends to be male mages working the golems. Tends to be sort of the wealthy-looking lady type customers buying stuff. You do definitely get some curious looks as you stroll in here with Ra in tow.
Can I help you? Why are you staring at me?
So let's see. The one who stares at you is going to be, what was his name? I'm going to call him. His name is going to be. His name is going to be Ignacio. There we go. Ignacio.
Ignacio?
That's the nearest enchanter who just happened to glance at you, yes. You take umbrage with the name. Anyway. So he was working on a golem upgrade. Turns he said, "Just I'm sorry, I merely noticed your construction is quite exquisite." She says, "May I ask who was your maker?"
How many times do I have to say this? I feel like I have to have it written down on my chest. It's like made by
Dinkles Doodles.
damn it, no, that's not
Devlin
right.
Dinkless.
Devlin Dinkless.
Dinklage.
Dingleberg.
Dandy.
Davlin Danklage.
I can't. I'm done.
Lives on.
Davlin Danklage.
He says, "How can I meet him?"
Let's see. Do you know how to perform a seance?
No, but I have a friend. Oh, he's long gone, is he?
Yeah.
I see.
Maybe can this seance contact somebody in another plane?
No, that's not my expertise.
Yeah.
Perhaps someone else in the district. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to contact him. You wanted to talk to him.
All right. Well, so I'm merely curious. He says you wouldn't happen to be educated yourself on all the aspects of your construction and enchantment, would you?
No, I was kind of not alive yet when I got put together, so yeah, no.
Fair enough. He says, well, if I can certainly help you or whoever it is you serve, if that's appropriate, just let me know. And he continues tinkering with this thing here.
Quick question, are all these golems made here, or are they constructed elsewhere and then they brought here to be finished off, or?
He takes a deep breath. He says, well, us elves aren't so great at hammering things. We have these delicate, graceful arms, you see. So we typically send in orders for the dwarves at the nearby town of Gornsporge to create these parts, and then they ship us the parts, formed, such as the hand here, and then the joints, so just the needs of this golem, and then we assemble them. Then we do the construction and Some of us create the souls of Druid. It's quite a difficult process, quite expensive, but our city is renowned for its high level of magic and its great defense. And as he's saying that, there's a big rumble from the ceiling, and some crumbs fall down from the ceiling, some crumbs of rocks. Here.
Some ceiling crumbs.
Yes, crumbs.
Quick question,
I
DM.
love it.
Did the whole party know that this district was the next district going to be attacked by the worms?
I believe that information came from Sister Shantae to Yllaxis.
I knew everything was going to be attacked, but I don't remember that.
I did write it
you
on
were
this map a while ago.
told.
Try to, yeah.
Yeah, because that's just me.
Okay. So
I can tell you if you shared that or not.
So another question, would the citizens be aware that there's an impending attack, or would they not?
Some of them
They do have Crazy Queen,
do
so
think so. Some of them are in denial, but much less and less of them are in denial about it as time goes by, especially now. Especially like now, I believe it's at something like 50-50.
I'm gonna be like, you heard about those worms, right? While I'm looking at the ceiling.
Says yes, I didn't know what to think of the rumor, but with these rumblings, I feel certain something very bad will happen soon.
Yeah, I don't think you guys should stay here for much longer. Maybe, can you set up shop somewhere else? I don't know. Maybe because
Look at this. This is so much. Because we have stores of old books and unfinished golems. Like this one, he kicks it. And
have you thought about maybe having some of these golems being able to help you create more golems?
Yes, well, it's a bit of a risk, you see. If you create an artificial soul designed to serve, and then give it the ability to reproduce, well, then it kind of becomes a nation unto itself. He says, well, I'm not sure you'd understand.
I can understand that part, where if they make enough of themselves, then they can overpopulate the current population of the country they are in, and it creates a problem. I understand that.
He nods. He says, yes, I spoke once to a refugee from a destroyed world where such a thing did happen, according to her, that is.
Refugee?
Yes, she was a dwarf.
Interesting. Anywho, before I get distracted, why not just limit on how much they can create?
It's not a bad idea. It certainly could. There's a bit of a. Well, he sort of seems like he wants to say more, but he doesn't know if he should. He says, "Well, perhaps, we can talk business." He says, "I'm a businessman, and we're certainly here to help our customers. So, what can I do? What sort of services can I provide for you?"
Well, you could kind of say, I'm looking for a place for other golems like myself who don't have a master. We don't like Ra here. He has no master. He has no further purpose, and I do air quotes.
Rod said, "I need a purpose. I seek.
Yeah.
I am free."
And maybe after this horrible deal with your cuckoo queen, maybe they, not just a spitballing here, maybe they have their own little golem town. Like how there's a elf town in some bigger cities that are just elves.
He says, yes. He says, he thinks about it. He says, well, that poses a bit of a problem, doesn't it? He says, the reason why I got into this business, not just because magic is fun, but also because, you see, I didn't like all that slavery, with the kobolds and such that goes on. I thought it was cruel. So I thought if we created a being who would love to serve, that they wouldn't mind serving, and they would be happy doing so. But now that you mentioned that, it does make me wonder if this isn't cruel, too, in a certain way. No matter even if these beings are created to serve.
Yeah, and also they don't have to stay in this underground city. They could explore the world if you just let them be. There's other cities up on the surface, and you never know. Maybe they get a little freedom. They're thankful. They'll help defend the city alongside the other dark elves that live here.
He thinks about it. He says, okay. He says, if you come into my shop and we do a little bit of an examination on you, he says, now don't get nervous. He says, I'd like to see what exactly makes you so intelligent, and maybe I could try that in a new model, and maybe that could be distributed to the others. And they'd certainly be better servants then, wouldn't they?
True. And
And you just hear Fontiev in the back of your mind start going, stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger.
but know this: if you do tamper with me, Ra here will snap your neck in a split second with great ease.
And at that point, Marvis' hammer also glows, and you hear the snarling of a hyena as well. And Ignatius says, that was quite interesting. Yeah, well, certainly, no harm intended.
Okay, I think we have a deal. This seems fair.
Okay.
Just be careful not to replicate the rage, because that is something you don't want other things to have.
Okay, he says, come on, step inside, step inside. No charge for this service.
I'll step inside and I'll ask Ra, watch my back, please. And if anybody tries anything funny, you have my permission to kill them on sight.
Okay, Lud says, shall I use what energy I have to manifest now, or should I save that for later?
Later.
Okay. Okay, so he's gonna do that. I don't know if we should pause Marvis here. I think I could probably summarize it. So basically, he's gonna say he found a special rune on you, engraving that allows more independent thought, and he wants to try it on this new unsold series T4. That's going to take about an hour.
All right, that's fine. Does he also find made by Dinkless inside me?
Yes, it says made by Devlin Dinklage.
I was like, oh, that's where it was. How the fuck am I supposed to show anybody when it's inside me? You could go on.
Thank you so much. I feel like this feels as though I should compensate you for the chance to study this. He says this is certainly a new development. I'm not sure if I think my new series will be quite a hit in the security market.
All right, you don't have to compensate me. I'm just trying to how do I say this? Spread a little bit of myself out in the world, a little bit more.
Okay. He says, would you like to stick around for some testing, or are you busy? It's about 10 p.m. now for you.
Was there anything else the party was supposed to do later on in the night, in the evening?
Council
We have
meeting?
the council meeting at midnight, but that's it.
How long would this take? I have to get back to the council.
He says, to test one of these, it'll take till 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Meetings at midnight.
Yeah. I don't think I have time. I don't know. How long did it take me to get from the council place to the Enchanter's Guild's district?
About 15-minute walk.
Okay. I can stay until then.
Okay. So we tested it. Basically, it works. T4A says, I am free. He says, what is my name? He says, who am I? And he starts looking at himself. And Ignatius is very impressed. He says, he says, Marvis, what should we name him?
He's your creation. I just gave you a head start. You could say, let's,
Grackles.
you know what? Let's name
I'll walk
him.
because I am also free. I seek purpose. And the
You
forest.
know what?
Why am
I'll
I?
name you after my creator, Dublin.
Dinkless. Sorry.
Okay, so that's probably enough for Marvis for right now.
Also, Marvis
Yeah,
has
that's what-
a canonical baby question mark? What? Dad?
Daddy,
Anyway,
Daddy, I
Amazing.
want the giant hammer of destruction,
that's
Daddy.
all I have to say.
Hey,
Anyway,
you have kids too.
no, I know I do. I have a lot of kids, but
Okay, so I don't know if we're still doing all the telepathic bond, right? So everybody hears everything.
I think it's only an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Lyd would say, okay, this is good. You have to teach them what we talked about, that we must destroy all planar interference. He says, no matter what anyone else says.
Yeah, I can't stick around to teach other things. This stuff, I have to go out and destroy the stuff.
No, you can do it. You just need an 80s montage.
I could probably tell one and then see if he spreads the word, but that's his choice if he wants to spread the word of total destruction of created things. Which is weird because he's a created thing and his brothers are created things, so that I don't know how that's gonna work.
Anyway, so as this is finishing up, Initio says, how sure are you about this whole worm rumor attack thing?
Pretty sure. I think my intel is pretty solid.
He says, okay, I'm going to take all these guys and I'll take them over to my mom's house on the other side of town. I think that's if you're I certainly trust you because you're quite an intelligent thing. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to tell
Intelligent thing, you.
I'm going to tell my friends as well. He says.
Yeah, tell your friends. Don't be a dick and just save your own ass.
Okay.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide your Kiff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Who else is doing stuff?
May I do
I think
one
Maggie,
or two things?
right? Yeah, go ahead.
I think Maggie was the last one.
Yeah,
to...
literally all I'm doing is hanging out by the council place and seeing if people are coming in or out. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just vibing. I'm
And
just a rock.
Kiff is going to grab the 2 lizards that he had boarded, and that's about it. He'll pay his fee and he'll bring it back.
There's a lot of townsfolk who are kind of clustering around.
Out of curiosity, how much time is elapsing during this entire course here?
Well, I'm trying to let people do different things that by themselves, so it's kind of like simultaneous time.
I'm just saying, are we like taking like 8 hours to do things?
Well, the
No.
next
Absolutely not.
might want
I'm
it's
just
like
trying to figure.
3?
I'm just trying to figure out if I
Maybe?
can like sleep or something.
2, 3? 2,
You
3
can take a
hours?
nap. You can take a nap probably.
It's
in the lounge.
short rest.
You could just be in the lounge over here, the men's lounge.
Power nap with your broom.
Anyway, go ahead, Maggie. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I has 2 things I'd like to do. The first one is having completed copying learning the reincarnation ritual. I would like to identify that magical dagger that we picked up. So I will take 10 minutes to do that.
Great. So this dagger, at this point in the game, you guys have a lot of magical stuff. This is a magic dagger. It is a magic dagger +3 of stealth. The benefit is when thrown, returns to hand. When you hit someone with it by throwing, they will not know or hear from whence it came.
Stealthy dagger.
Success.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
Wait, did you ever find out what those boots were?
Yes, they
They're made for walking.
they
Sorry,
are on the
I had to.
ceiling.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're spire climbing slippers.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
There's
then the
boots
what's
of
the
I'm
dagger?
so glad.
What does the dagger do again?
Thank you.
Okay, so it's a +3 dagger of stealth. Does that mean +3 to your stealth, or like a +3 to hit, or both?
Let's
It could be both. Let's live
rephrase.
it up.
Stealth dagger +3 to hit.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Also, I gotta go do something for Cranberry. I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's totally okay.
So-
We can hang here.
I mean,
I'm putting that in the pump.
Perfect.
It was boots of spider walking.
Yes.
Yes.
Spider climbing?
Slippers of spider climbing, and they do not require attunement.
No attunement.
I'm like, damn it, those are the boots I'm looking for.
I mean,
those aren't the
I'm
ones
just-
you're looking for. You said.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
I'm just trying to think about this right now. I mean, the dagger would be probably fine on either me or Kiff, just because we can do things.
I
mean-
rarely get in the.
No, I mean, like
It-
literally, just like it's literally just there to be an equipped like perk. That's
well,
really about
but
it.
here, no, it doesn't do anything. Does it do something when equipped? Is it stealth or is it just?
Yeah,
the,
it would be stealth.
No,
That's
it,
what we
it
just-
no,
No.
it doesn't. It does not give a bonus to your stealth. It's a stealthy
Ah.
dagger
Yes.
that is
The
a
dagger is
+3
stealthy.
to hit and a +3 to damage. And the benefits of said dagger are that when thrown, it returns to hand, and when you hit someone by throwing, they don't know where it came from.
Mhm.
So the +3 is it doesn't have to do with your stealth. It's just that it does
I
stealthy
would
stuff.
keep it in the person
So-
pockets, to be honest, because that
Yeah.
seems like a weapon that whomever sneaks up will be able to use.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
you
like
get
I
the
think-
opportunity to use it.
it's like
I
an
think
everyone.
it'd still be good for Kiff because Kiff has the cloak of
The
invisibility.
invisibility cloak.
So
yeah.
he could just chuck that thing at anybody.
That is true. I think that it could work. I'm just saying, like, why not just be as flexible as possible because it's a non-attuned. It's non-attuned, correct?
Yeah. And
You
at-
can just
at the point-
whoever can just pull it out. And, like,
That was my
Yeah.
question.
At the point where I have
Yeah.
that opportunity, I'd rather throw 3 bow
like an
shots
arrow.
than
Yeah, bow and arrow.
Yeah.
and do,
I
like,
just said it requires attunement
Oh,
because
the
it's-
dagger.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
Uh,
that changes things then.
well, that changes things. Then I think.
Remember, you-
Now it comes
We
down to
can-
the question of the spider climbing boots. Like, who would benefit the
well,
most
wait,
out of that?
no, but we have no idea who's gonna take the dagger.
I don't think anybody's gonna take the dagger.
I think the dagger's kind of useless for all of us.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to pick it up before. I was like, I don't think
It's
anybody.
If it gave like additional stealthy stuff, that'd be great. But I don't think I can throw it because that would be strength, right?
No,
Not-
daggers
dexterity.
are finesse weapon.
oh, it is dex.
Yeah,
Oh.
daggers
Yeah.
are finesse. It's
It
strength or
counts
dex.
I
as
wasn't
a-
sure
yeah,
if
it
when you
counts as a
throw
range.
it.
I think you can choose.
It's a
finesse-
yes. You're
choose.
correct. It's a finesse weapon. You can choose whether or not you use strength or dex. That's how
Yeah.
finesse weapons work. You're 100% correct. So it can be used with strength or with dex. It's a very versatile weapon. It's actually nice to have, but like, it also depends on because I mean I think Maggie could actually use that quite well, to be honest, as like a just in case kind of thing. Plus, if they have
I-
no one
yeah,
has
so
any
I
idea.
do- I do have. Well, so I already have a just in case dagger that does some poison stuff. I just haven't gotten to use it because.
I mean,
Magic.
But
hell, I'll take it if you want me to. I have a 14 dex. It's not terrible. Not
I'll-
good.
they
Someone
will not-
can take-
They will not know. They will not have any evidence of it because they could still be suspicious. Everyone has the right to be suspicious.
Right.
As you
Right. Being suspicious is if you're acting suspicious, but
That is
also
an inalienable right to be suspicious.
right. Fair enough. But like, they don't have any concrete evidence of you throwing.
Every other
this.
thing in the game, even if you have an invisibility cloak, you're supposed to know you got shot from a certain direction.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
we'll
you're
see.
aware that things went
we
somewhere.
can can take some time to think about it.
Yeah, that
maybe.
that one we can keep in the purse and we'll decide.
Yeah.
When we need it.
Trying
sort
to
of thing.
figure out how to like.
if we're in a
format it.
stealth situation.
Yeah.
I would
I
put down like
mean-
it's useful for because like we'll have an idea if we're going to somewhere where we have to be stealthy-ish. Right now, we're just worried about warning everyone about this bad thing.
Okay. Was anybody else going to run around doing stuff?
No, I think we're
yeah, I
deciding
wasn't-
on the boots.
wasn't
but, oh no,
done.
Maggie,
Yep.
go ahead. Maggie.
Because I took 10 minutes to identify the dagger, which just sorry, the the formatting's weird in the pop. I don't have the energy to fix it.
Listen,
Second
you were
thing
doing
I would
all
like.
that you want, all that you can. You got it.
Thanks. Second thing, I would like to continue learning some spells from the. Where is it? Where's the Connor spell list? Here we go.
Well, that's happening. Do we want to figure out who takes the spider climbing slippers?
No, I want Maggie to
Can
be able
I
to
just
finish what she's doing
specify
first. Yeah.
what spell I'm
And not
working
interrupt
on
Maggie.
learning?
Very much.
Yeah, I'm
Sure, I appreciate
taking time to learn Mirage Arcane.
it. That is the most like it's
That was
it's-
actually one that I debated on taking if you weren't gonna take it because I also
I'm
have the ability to use
absolutely
Mirage Arcane, but I was like,
going
it's
to
Maggie's
take
got
it
it.
because
Oh,
it's
okay.
illusion.
Yeah.
It's himself. So we're really gonna. I think we talked about the compromise for it.
Wait, it's what?
It doesn't make sense as written.
Yeah, no, it's target. It's everything that you can see.
It says you can't change the shape, and then it says you can make a building, which is the total contradiction in terms. So we'll keep the can't change the shape.
Well,
part.
I think what it means is like you cannot change the shape of something that's already there,
Like
right?
if
Like
there
you
is a
can't
house,
turn
you
a
can make it
boulder
look like a
into a
house.
pebble,
Right.
because you can't make something that is there not there, but you can create something that wasn't there in the first place.
Like you can make an illusory building, but you can't make a real
Can't
building
physically
flat.
erase. Yeah,
Okay.
that was my understanding.
makes
but
sense,
we
but I don't know,
can
whatever you wanna
take
do.
time to
Yeah,
discuss it.
we'll discuss it
Yeah.
later. I definitely don't want to take away from you because it's a great. It's a
Yeah,
illusion
it's a
spell.
phenomenal illusion
And it's
spell.
illusion, which
Yeah,
is my
yes.
bread and butter, supposedly.
Yes, which is also why I did not take it because I had a feeling you would take it at level 7. I
Yeah.
was like, yes, Maggie will get that. And I think we had that discussion at one point where you were like, yeah, I'm thinking.
Definitely. It was just a matter of when.
Of when,
But since I had it
yes.
in a spell book, I was like, let me just copy it instead of taking it with
Right.
the automatic level up.
Yeah, because I had the ability to do so earlier,
yeah.
but I was like, you got it. It'll be fine.
Yep. So and I'll use some unseen servant and that quill to try to cut down the time that it is taking. So normally it would take 7 hours. And I don't know how much. I don't think I would finish, but just maybe let me know how far I get before things happen, and then I'll just mark it down.
You get a little more than that done.
More than half? Okay, like 3/5, 3/4. What?
So if it took 7, let's say it's 4/7.
Well, okay, sure.
No, so she's asking because she had the whatchamacallit, the
It would
tiny
be
servant.
a base. It would be a base of 7 hours, but between
Unseen
taking
servant and-
using the servant, which I did before to help me like copy it, and using the quill, which also cuts down time. I just wasn't sure like how much I can get done within. I think the
Assuming you
2
don't
hours
stay
we have.
tonight, you could probably get it done before you go to bed, unless something horrible happens.
Okay. Oh no! Don't say that. All right, so I'll just put down 4/7 for now, and like maybe can finish before bed.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that is plenty for me to do.
Great. Okay, does anybody else want to do stuff?
I mean, Kiff just, he got his lizards. That's it. He's back, waiting around with his lizards.
I don't know what that means.
We had 2 riding lizards.
I bought from the elves.
You paid the bill too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I paid the bill.
Excellent.
How much was the bill? It was only like 25 gold because that was what I paid.
Feed them like 2 gnomes and 12 chickens. He says 80 like a motherfucker.
How much was it?
I wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah, because I gave them in the last time I think like 25 gold for the night at the other. I don't know. Are they still at the same hotel?
We never picked them up.
Yeah, we never picked them up. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiff will. He'll even pay him 30, a little tip too.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
All paid.
All right, there we go. So I think we're all starting to go towards the meeting, correct?
Did Fontiev want to do something?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, did you want to do something, Fontiev?
Fontiev was mostly taking a nap, but
That's fine.
Actually, in the contents of this room, I mean, there are books on the shelf. Can I peruse through the books, I guess?
There's a guide to being a well-behaved man.
Mm-hmm.
There's knitting and other manly hobbies. There's
Mm-hmm.
why men should stay in the kitchen. And there's several different romance novels.
Anything steamy?
Of course. Without going into details.
I hate that so much. I hate it. I hate that word, but okay. Have a good
steamy?
Just yeah, referring to romance.
Is it worse than
Sounds
noise?
steamy, Sarah.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Don't
Okay,
let
chat,
me hate it.
you heard it
continue.
here first. She hates that word.
Yeah.
Constantly use it during every stream that she
just in reference
Find a way to
to-
work it in.
So just in reference to romance novels, not really anything else. Just anyway, carry on. We can continue.
Well, at least the description on the back of the book says that it's steamy, without going into
detail.
But
While
is it
abiding by
really-
terms and terms
I would
of
like to put
service.
a literal book on
Read us
Steam at
and-
this point.
Oh, God.
All right.
Water
Drow
plus heat equals
romance.
steam. The world can be saved by steam.
Drow romance adult novel. We all on the spot have to come up with the title of it, and whatever title we like best is the title of that book. Ready?
I'm fine with that.
Trapped in her web.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
so
that's
good.
pretty good.
Bravo.
Oh, wow. Holy cow. Oh, no. I have to think. That's going to take some
Like,
time.
I don't know how I can top that.
I don't know.
Which could also be the name.
I mean, mine was just going to be Love from Down Under, but
Oh, that's
I
also a
like
very
Crazy
good
Brother.
one. I don't know what I was gonna do. Give me a couple minutes. I'm thinking. I like have one on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know
Yeah.
how to finish it. You know what I mean?
what do you think the chat?
Also could be the name of the novel.
I got a pretty bad one.
Feel free to type in your drow romance novels in chat.
romance novel.
I got a absolutely horrible one.
Please.
At the end of my leash.
Oh no.
Oh,
That
wait, no,
one
it's
sounds
actually-
kinky.
Look here.
Oh help.
What have we done?
Help.
I'll leave that to your imagination.
Anybody else? Matt, you want to come up with one?
I'm tapped out right
I want
now.
to make some sort of mushroom pun, but I'm
You're
not
like,
sure
I've been
what.
barding enough.
Yes.
Yeah, you have done a lot. It's okay. Well, I'll think about it at some point. We can keep going.
Mario and the one-ups.
No, just like it would have. I don't know. There's something there. There's something with fungi there, but I don't know what.
Something like the shaft of the mushroom or something.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, but like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Like there's gold there, but I don't know how to harness it.
It might be too late at night
Like
to harvest.
between the also a good romance novel named for Drow.
I love how nobody in the
Or
chat
like
is trying to
no,
touch
you
this
know
at
what?
all.
It's a
Also,
It's
possible name.
what about like between the stalks and it's just two male drow at the front. There you go.
That one's like tucked away in the back. Then
Yeah,
like
and it's
the
like a little
forbidden
mushroom
section.
forest. Yes, exactly. The
mean,
forbidden,
so
the
far-
forbidden section. No, there's like a
So
female
far,
drow in the
I
front
like
too. Though.
I like Charles's
I think Charles
title
is
first.
the most
I agree,
the
yeah.
most
Yeah, that was a particularly
applicable
good one.
one. That was really good. Oh no, I love it. Oh mio mio.
What was it again? Trapped in her web or something?
Yeah.
That's a very good
Yes.
one.
Let's see if we can like summarize this council meeting in the next 9 minutes or 8 minutes.
Okay, so are we
Okay.
are we all on board with that? Trapped in her web?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing
Okay.
it. Yeah. Just so you know, Matt has a serious hard stop at 11.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
so Lady Larriel is walking outside.
Elena,
She's
for
over.
the record,
Yes?
can you update the pump with the book?
Oh, you're
Oh, you're
keeping that book. Oh
All right.
no.
Oh yeah, I'm sticking
Oh.
that shit into there.
Fontiev is
Is
like,
it gonna
this
fit?
is a good read.
Also, the title.
Is it gonna fit? Oh, help.
Should I? I just keep thinking of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine like title of your sex tape.
Yes.
All right. Where do I put it under? Things to identify.
Yes, that's exactly what you need to put it
What
under.
is it called?
All right, hold on.
You need to deem that is a steamy drow romance title.
All right.
XYZ.
What is it? Caught in her web,
Oh,
trapped in her
perfect.
web,
Trapped in her web.
spun in her web, trapped in her web.
Yeah. Charles put in the Discord, trapped in her web
Thank you.
by Shrewsbury. Perfect. Sondervan Shrewsbury.
Nice.
Can this just be an active thing where, like, every single session we just come up with a more ridiculous situation that's happening in that book?
Help. That's all you, my friend.
That's the.
Yeah, you have to tell us. You gotta
It
give
has
us
to
the
be
updates.
It has to be
So
terms of
much
service
fun making this shit up.
compliant. Has to be TOS compliant. But yes.
Oh no, I know, but I'm gonna have so much fun making shit up for this.
Okay.
That's something I was actually going to ask about too as compliant, because I was going to say this meeting it's the opposite of the sausage fest, but I'm not sure what the word for that would be.
A clam bake.
Clam bake. Okay.
A sandwich
I'm
farm?
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought of that so fast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's called Taco Tuesday. We
my.
don't think about it too
It's
hard.
Wednesday.
He was asking what's the difference between
We're
or
too
what's
deep
the
in the rabbit
opposite of
hole.
a sausage fest, and I first said a clam bake, and then I said Taco Tuesday. It's perfect.
Bakes is fine. Okay.
It's perfect.
We've
Anyway,
gone too far.
All right.
so as we're
Okay.
coming up, I'm gonna
I
just
feel like what a perfect note to end on. Trapped in Her Web by Sandra Van Shrewsbury, a torrid, steamy drow romance.
perfect.
I let that be the
Details to
first
come.
testimony.
Oh,
the
that's
first
going to be the
testimony
subtitle
read-
for it.
Read at this council. Yes. Let that be the first text that is read at the council.
Yes. What's this? Fontiev comes walking out of the the one lounge. I found this in the back of the bookshelf.
Mommy, what is this?
Do we want to
Mommy,
wait?
Yllaxis, I found a book. What is it?
Is this something that you want to sum up, or do we want to wait until next time, Charles? What would you prefer? Because we do have like literally 5 minutes.
Generally go how we want. Did the politics generally go how we want, or is there any sort of
the game? I just always want to see what happens next.
That's fair. I know, I do too. I just don't want to. I know that Matt really does have to go to bed. I know he's been I know that you're like semi-nervous about tomorrow, so I want to be the bad guy for him.
Lady Laratel walks up with her entourage. She's very happy. She greets everyone. Actually, wait, you guys are all disguised, right?
I'm just still a rock.
Kiff hasn't been disguised in a while, honestly.
Okay.
When I see her come out, I'm gonna poke my head out of the ground, and I'll come up full-size Dromik or full-size Earthmech and just be there.
I think it's fine for my
You must be
half-elven.
Dromik. Or sorry, go ahead, Sean.
I think it's fine to be in my half-elven form.
Your true form, right? That we know of.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
You
I'm
want me
also.
to drop the seaming? Or at least change it so it doesn't look like you're seamed.
I'm so seamed. I would look like I'm not seamed.
Anyway,
be like,
she's
"See?"
very happy to see you guys. She says, "You guys have done wonderful things. I've heard great news." She says, "We've formed sort of a team in there. A strong majority composed of Saphira and her minions, Oleana and her minions, and Lorthana as well. She says, "There's discussion of if we're going to reform the government in a different form, or if we should nominate one of us to be a chancellor or a new regent." Or a president or something else. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes,
I look over to Maggie.
definitely think the Reformation is in order.
There's another minor earthquake, and there's some more ceiling crumbs that fall down. They don't taste as good as muffin crumbs.
I think they're delicious.
Okay.
I'm
Just
still
like
a rock.
nom nom nom.
I am
crunch,
still
crunch,
a rock.
crunch.
Anyway,
Everyone looks-
continue.
Lady says, well, looks like we should have to provide for the common defense as well. She says, come on inside. Would you like to sit by me and be my advisors?
Who's saying this?
Lady Lyritel, your best friend.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that one. I mean, we can go in. I personally would prefer to actually have the discussion next week because we have like 2 minutes until 11, and I feel like
I have a feeling Maggie has
That's
some
gonna
stuff
be-
planned,
yeah.
if you will.
Oh, her big tricks.
She's
Okay.
got some.
I mean, I
she's
don't
got
know about
some
big tricks, but I
thoughts.
feel like it's
Yes,
You
she's
got
got
thoughts.
some thoughts.
Um,
Yes.
All right.
and yeah,
Let's leave it
if
there.
that's okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's totally
And then a
fine.
terrace crashes through the ceiling.
Well, something horrible could always happen, yeah.
that is true. Don't give him any ideas yet.
Too late.
No, but for real though, I have a feeling next week will be kind of quite exciting, if you will.
Indeed.
There's gonna be lots of stuff happening next week. I'm like
Stuff's gonna
already excited about it.
I
But
don't know
yeah,
what,
we are
but
going to
stuff's
take a
gonna
break. Yes, we are going to take a stop here, which means for the sake of recording, y'all want to say bye.
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 happen.
Bad.
Bye.